How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. Hope all of you are having a wonderful, beautiful evening and or afternoon and or the AM morning. If you're in Russia, how you boys all doing, though? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back to the 5V5 1v1 Duels, boys. Let me get the music back up and running as well, and then we'll get the show on the road. How you guys all doing? We got final duels of patch 902, because 905 is this reset, man. I cannot, you have no idea how excited I am for 905, man. I've been waiting for a while now. I cannot wait to just swap a couple of my classes to a different covenant altogether. The rogue changes for the Ventir, the Necrolord rogue changes too. Makes it so hard to choose. Although I'm probably gonna say Ventir, my main rogue. Just gonna been waiting for the good. No, it's just so good. Oh my god, happy days, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. No, on it, yeah, they reverted that the CDR on that ability, but hey, 20% DR. I don't think it's gonna make. I mean, I think it's Night Phase still gonna be really good for single target and raids. But honestly, my chicks, I feel like if you want to play another Covenant for your Shaman and Shadow Priest, I feel like they're pretty close, aren't they? Because okay, you don't get that extra CDR because that would make Night Phase stronger than everything else, especially in groups. But I feel like you maybe still have options, or maybe it's still not an option. I miss the mustache. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. We got ourselves Mackies, we got ourselves Blue-Eyed Wanderer Syxos, we got ourselves Matuk Sloth Nyax, we got Lewis, Billy, Vilks, how you boys all doing? Valkyrie, how you guys all doing? Tviz, how you boys all doing? Welcome back to last duels of this patch, and next week 905, boys. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. It's gonna be so good, man. It's gonna be so good. Let's get on the EU immediately, man. I saw that some of you guys like Breezaz, he got a group, man. I know you got a group, so let's get you up and running there immediately, dude. Let's not waste any more time, dudes. What up, champ? What's up, Rain? How you doing, my guy? Do you have a Spotify playlist? No, I don't use Spotify. How you doing? I'm Outlaw Rogue Ventir as well. Hey, what's up, Mac? Are you excited, dude? You excited for the Ventir change? I was just a PTR testing it some more against the Necrolord changes, and by God, Ventir feels really good to play, dude. Really good to play. Oh my goodness. Any of the groups horde, please? Yeah, I think Sykes has got a horde group over on the EU. Again, as you remember, guys, we do have duels on Fridays and Saturdays. Fridays is EU, Saturdays for the NA. Jesus, looks like he is ready to go, my mans. I know Sykes is here, so probably throw you versus Jesus. There we go, Breezaz and Jesus. Let me post real quick info on how to join the groups. Yeah. Let me post it. Here we go. That's how you join the groups or make groups yourselves. We're gonna pin that message so anybody pop in the chat can see it. Because I know we're gonna get questions about it, but we'll answer the questions as they come in. We'll do that too. Alrighty, boys. Event survival so nice. You know, I actually wonder how good Ventir's survival hunter is going to be, because you do get a haste buff with Naja. Dauntless Duelist isn't bad. I talked to my guildies, and the kill shot doesn't really seem like the strongest ability, at least for like marksman. But for survival, I think it could be really good. It's an extra dot for you to maintain. The kill shot damage seems to be pretty decent. Like, kill shot damage is nice towards execute, but because that's like, they don't really have a lot of hard hitters for survival. And kill shot is just free hard hitting ability that the fact that it's usable before execute or after execute, I feel like I talk to guildies and they make a good point, like it doesn't really hit super hard, but I feel like it's just an extra button for you to use survival and not extra damage overall. Like that overall damage, I think, will end up going into something considerable, right? Because that execute damage isn't bad during the execute moment, but when you have that execute damage throughout the whole fight, I feel like that changes. Like, there's no way it doesn't change it enough. Like in Sims, we'll see, right? But yeah, I am actually excited. I might actually do that for my survival hunter as well. It's just kind of nice maintaining an extra dot. I like that aspect. All right, we got Kragar also in the back lines. But we're going to get Jesus and Breezaz in here first, boys. Jesus and Breezaz. And then Kragar immediate, no target. Oh yeah, because it's misspelled Jesus' name. I have taken Lord's name in vain. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Alrighty, and then we're gonna Cracker into, I guess, whoever is ready versus him immediately. Whether it's Jesus, whether it's Breezaz. What's up, Karen? How you doing, my god? I need some more Chrysler in my life. Sorry for the name butcher. Good enough, man. Good enough. Chrysler with the C and the Y. C-R-Y-Z-Z-E-R, I think. I think crazy and spell Chrysler. That's what I do usually. Get ready to reach 60 more Frost Mage and go second Ventier character. You're gonna go Frost as a Ventier? That's not a bad choice. Ventier's also looking better for Arcane and Fire. Not better than other Covenants. Like, I think Nightface is still gonna dominate pretty hard. But they're changing them so they're a little bit better. Speaking about Chrysler, we got Chrysler in here as well. So Twitch got us a team one with... Yep. Oh my god. Oh no! The mask came off! The shorts got put on! Chrysler! We normally see this man masked up! No, we gotta hide his face. He's still gonna be the unmasked stranger. I might even censor it for this video if I can remember it. We also got ourselves Valenus in here. We got ourselves A-Bomb. We got ourselves also Yandex. Are you still working on human this time? I think maybe human. We got Arthas in here. Trying to show him off with that short Chrysler. I feel like Chrysler should be like Doom guy. No face seen. I feel like it takes away a lot of that, like... a lot of that specialty out of him. You know what I mean? That mask needs to stay on. No one cared who I was until I put on the mask. You know what I mean? Arthur's gonna first over Casino, gonna get an opener, trying to get a Rakestone opener, does not quite get it, going into Thorns immediately, is gonna pop a trinket on that Hammer of Justice. Arthur's popping off Shield of Vengeance as well as Eye for Night. Gonna be quite a few defenses for Casino to go through, as Arthur is channeling Wings afterwards. The Wings are up, Casino looking to bail away from him. Arthur is gonna dip under. That's gonna be that Ursul's trying to keep the Paladin over the bay away from Christina. Trying to keep him away as best as possible. Going for that reset if he can. But looks like Stealth cannot pick it up. Not playing Incarnation, so cannot get a free Stealth. Gonna be big center for available for Arthas. Big damage out of that man. Is Arthas gonna smite down Christina? Just hit him. Oh no. I don't know. Should I say it? Should I not? Oh. Is it gonna Strathome that kitty? No, big defensive for Arthas though is gonna get himself that wall. Back-to-back lay on hands. I know it's Word of Glory, but basically lay on hands, recovering completely. Christina did bust through one of these big defenses. Bubble still hasn't been used by Arthas, and Christina is still looking to get the bubble. Oh, big Convoke the Spirits though. What was that bite? What was that damage? He was literally at like 40% or something like that, and then just pop, gone. Jesus, on the team of Christina, which is already off to a good start. We got ourselves Titanius, we got ourselves Relapse with Unsufferable in the back end. Dirks as a sub rogue. Oh man. We're gonna try to do our best to hide this man's face. I feel like no one should see Chrysler's face. He should be the man, the mystery. We're considered gonna be up next. Dropping down the Infernal with an Emulate to follow right after. Soul Rod trying to come out for Chrysler. And looks like he's actually getting quite a bit of damage to Crusader. Gonna be quite a lot of comp flags. Big damage coming out for Chrysler. With massive Chaos Bolts flying in. Does he get a second one? If he can get 2 Chaos Bolts back to back, that'll be huge damage. But looks like Chrysler actually has quite a bit of instant cast damage without double Chaos Bolt setup. Has the mobility to chase out to the kitty for a little bit with being a Night Phase, so the Soul Shape does come into play. But looks like Crusader looking for a complete reset away from the Infernal as well as Chrysler as the cooldowns do disappear from the man. Crusader is going to be able to count himself a full proper reset here. The clock is only... Wait, maybe proper? No, it looks like wasn't able to catch a proper reset. It looked like he should have, but he did pick up the eyes, so then he did send the pet in, which makes sense. Thorns available for Casina is going to be pretty good for the pet. Not for Chrysler though. It'll go for that Fear. Double Chaosbolt is not set up and ready. Shadow Fury, second Chaosbolt after. Cataclysm instead, so it looks like Cataclysm doing quite a bit of bursty damage to Casina. Port coming out as Casina finally closes the gap. With Chrysler trying to go on the offensive. Barkskin is used, no wall available. Chrysler does go for the portal, the big gateway to get out of there. Those conflagrates are doing so much damage every global. They actually are just chunking out Christina. Drain life onto the Feral. He sees the Feral try to get away. Is going to at least try to make sure he's topped off. As long as Chrysler is doing good on defenses, he won't really have to... I think he won't really have to sweat too much here. Still hold on to wall, reflect available. Not really sure what you can reflect against Christina. Maybe Thorns if you go on the auto attack. if you go on the offensive in the melee. But as long as he has Mortal Coil and back-to-back CC, like Fears, he should be in a great spot. Mortal Coil is Crusader trying to go for that mobility with that Tiger's Lust into a Fear right after, pinning him against the corner with a Chaos Bolt. Soul Rot, one will come, dropping Crusader to half health with just one Chaos Bolt. Massive damage out of that one. Burning away, Crusader does send the bleeds onto Chrysler, but the dampening hasn't kicked into high gear just yet. So for Chrysler, those bleeds shouldn't be too much of trouble, especially with the Warlock self-healing. Hits him with a Fear right as he's trying to get towards the corner of the ramp. Shadow Fury trying to hit him and meet him at the top. It's going to be an interrupt on that Shadow for a second. Shadow Fury does spin around for it with a cast to Christina. Fear does get bashed on a Fear. Big damage out of Christina. Big bite out of Chrysler. Not really looking all that healthy. Wall does have to come out now. Trying to get a Fear onto Christina. Might be able to maybe go for a big cast, but looks like Mortal Coil does connect. Chrysler does jump off the side. Could have went maybe for a Caswell there, has cooldowns ready. Does he get the Fury? He does not. The bite connects. Christina was super prepared for the massive damage of Desert Warlock. As long as you survive the Infernal Burst, it's really difficult for a Warlock to get a guaranteed setup, but you basically have to have double Caswell back-to-back. So that's Soul Shards and CC that you have to line up in order to get that big double back damage. Unless he's not running that legendary, maybe he's potentially running a whole completely other different legendary too. So that is something to consider here. Yandex is going to be up next. It looks like Yandex did swap out from Worgen into the human. No, the Worgen, the wolf comes out. His Mog is just kind of all over the place, but I've seen a lot of Death Knights doing like a Mog that's like different pieces from different tier sets or different seasonal stuff. Got himself Abomination Limb, looking to maybe see if he can catch Christina. Doesn't catch it, that close enough. The Abomination Limb, if he ever can get it in front of Christina, should start yoinking the kitty back from behind the pillar. They actually are making the Abomination Limb somewhat stronger in the next patch, so even if you succeed, it'll still keep doing the grippy thing. So that's probably going to be very annoying in arenas in the future. Crusader taking quite a bit of chunky damage there. Does have a bit of recovery. As for Yandex, that's a lot of his pets are just gone. Mix of thorns as well as bleeds just melting the Death Knight little by little. Trying to go for self-heals with the Death Coils while Lichborn is active. Crusader popping in Barkskin still has a wall if they ever get in trouble, but looks like the bleeds have set into Yandex. Not much Death Knight can do with the Frost Tower and Holy in this kind of situation. Not a lot of self-healing available for Death Knights really anymore unless he goes for sacrifice on his main pet, which actually got cleaned up by Christina, and Yandex is just behind and just put up against a wall. Not much he can really do. Bleeds are on. No death strikes to use. Does get the grip into Christina last second, but the bleeds take out. And Valeno's going to be up next as a rogue. Shadow stepping next to Christina, playing that assassination actually, so we're going to see the Sass Rogue gameplay. Maybe 100% crit setup. Gonna shout to Christina, big damage out of assassination, big Vendetta to end it, and looks like Valnos just came in with a big Vendetta setup. Just taking out the Feral out of the game pretty quickly. But Unstoppable is going to be up next as we're getting close to the 7-minute mark here, boys. 11% dampen. Unstoppable picking up Fleshcraft. As that CC immunity, you can see like a little shimmer of green flame from under him. When that is there, that means he has the CC immunity. I guess he wanted to make sure he can pick up the eye without having to search for Velnos or having Velnos CC him out. I'm surprised he picked up the eye. I guess the eye, he did channel a good portion of it while he was Fleshcrafting, wasn't he? Could have shot immediately onto Unstoppable with a Garrote right after ambush as he's tried to burn through the shields of the Shaman. Looks like he was able to burn through the initial shield of the Fleshcraft, kicking that Lava Birds, but a Lightning Lasso catches it while the Fire Elemental is just going off on you. Setting up for Primordial. It looks like Velnos is going to go for a Vanish, trying to go for a bit of a reset himself. And we're going to swap out the Duels mix here, boys. I like these songs, but the Duels mix is a hand-picked all-time favorites by me for the Duels. It's just like I kind of listen to them and I'm imagining like, what would that feel when watching Duels? Like for PogChamp moments. And if it fits, it fits. Big setup going for Velnos. Does go for the Night Fade. Big poison damage coming out. Unstoppable does go for a Thunderstorm. And probably a good idea because he did drop to half health with just dots alone. This rogue's dots are just killer brutal. Lightning Lasso into Velnos. He does have a trinket for it. Looks like it's going to go for a cheap shot into Unstoppable. Blinds, and that's going to be a trinket force out of the Shaman. It looks like Velnos caught himself a re-stealth. I guess he got himself a Shadow Meld. That's going to be a complete reset for him. Unstoppable does catch up in full health, and Velnos has a Vendetta very, very soon. No more trinket for Unstoppable anymore. So this could be really bad for him in the future. Velnos does go for Violence, actually. My bad. Violence. Wait, Valence. Well, Valence, I think it's close enough. is going to get himself an opener on Softball with a Vendetta rolling. Could be huge damage. Does pre-feign this. Needs to make sure to get the interrupt on the heal. If he can get it, still has a kick. Didn't miss the kick just yet. That's a short stun. And Softball does catch up on a lot of health. He is still Vendetta rolling. Could go for an interrupt into a lightning lasso as it gets interrupted on fire. Do not want to let the primordial damage go through. And Valence does kind of fall behind a little bit. Big opener onto the Softball. Big Vendetta. If only he had Cloak of Shadows together with it. Now, is he going to get back in there, or is he going to go for a reset himself? Because the Rogue could get back at the Softball and just continue pressuring, or he could go for a full reset, get himself a couple of sippy cups in stealth, and then come back at a later time. If he is playing the 100% crit setup, by the way, he might just have to go for a Vanish as an offensive playstyle against the Softball. We'll have to wait and see, because Assassination Rogues can do quite a bit of sustained damage, but in terms of the burst, I think a Vanish might need to be part of the gameplay. Get a shot onto Unstoppable as he got the blades up and running. Shadow Step in, and Shadow Step uses mobility just to catch up to the burst with a Vanish right after Unstoppable with a Garrote. Has a pretty big Envenom in there. Big interrupt on Nature. Unstoppable goes in for a Warlock Hellstone heal with a wall. Valence does get quite a lot of damage out of him. No blind available for a while. Is at least trying to maintain the dots on Unstoppable, but that's going to be a Meteor coming down, and Valence getting hit with a light lasso. Could be a pretty big lava burst right after. Not a lot of health real left. Cloak of Shadows is active. Doesn't even pop evasion, just might as well pop the defensive. I mean, I guess a Shaman, what are you gonna really evade? But you might as well. You never really know, right? You never really know. Which is something to actually do myself, like against a Warlock, like right? Like when you just pop it cooldowns into you, and you got the fell puppy attacking you, biting at you. You'll just pop evasion. You know there's no melee attacks coming in, but you'll pop evasion just to reduce any kind of damage when you're like in a really high stress situation. Like at some moments, I think it's worth. He's going to catch himself yet another reset. The resets is the thing that's really saving this Rogue right now as we are clocking up towards 33% dampener, boys. So we got ourselves 10-minute mark. Trying to get ourselves into the dampener playstyle. 11 minutes almost up, but that's going to be Valence going up again. No Vendetta. Oh, actually, Vendetta this time is up. Trinket available. No Cloak, no Vanish. So he might have to maybe delay Vanish to go with a big Vendetta for a most burst. But Unstoppable has a Trinket back up. So you might want to bait up the Trinket maybe with a blind. So maybe going for like a really soft opener. And then blinding when Unstoppable gets some damage, forcing a Trinket out of him. Then going in with a full Vendetta, full Vanish setup. Might be a go-to. Valence trying to see if he can get a proper opener on Unstoppable. Does go with the Night Fae ability. Sepsis poison damage is going to be quite good. Trinkets out of the Lightning Lasso with the Earth Elemental available. Already popping wall for himself really early. That's actually double wall available for him. Blind onto Unstoppable. Trinkets out of Valence. If he can just survive a little bit longer for a next go, he might actually have everything here. Actually use Vendetta there really early on, so not going to have the Vendetta together with a Vanish. Trying to keep the Shaman slow with his Phantom Knife. Shadow Step in with a Kidney Shot. It is super DR'd. Vanish comes out to get himself a bit of a reset. So I don't really know. This is a tough situation to be a Rogue right now, because Softball just, I mean, he's tanky. Lots of self-healing with the Earth Shield, especially with the Legendary. And then once he can get some damage up and running, like a Primordial Bolt, big Lava Burst instant cast, you are in a deadly spot. Get yourself a Stormkeeper up and running, you're in a deadly spot. Lightning Lasso while that Elemental is wailing on you, you're in a deadly spot. There's just so many setups for Unstoppable. He doesn't really have the finishing power, but he definitely has the setup power, and it doesn't really take him super much. It's just really one cast, and then he has himself a good setup. That's all he really needs, one full cast of almost any ability, and he has himself a good setup. For Valence, the rotating defenses and offensives to try to match Unstoppable, it is quite difficult. Is going to get the dots up and running. Trinket being used right here as a Meteor comes down onto Valence's head, and most likely Lasso right after. Unstoppable popping his own Trinket, most likely for damage. Valence not looking that good after this Lasso. Cloak of Shadows is up for Primordial Bolt. He does have an interrupt. It looks like he actually goes for his Shadow Meld right in front of Unstoppable. And he's just going to go for that full reset. DC with a no-no, my man! How you doing, my dude? My man! DC! What's up, my guy?
What?
Down, my pal. What? How you doing, my man? Can we get a hashtag DC for the 20 bones? That's a lot of moolah and Lamar. Malade, how you doing, my man? Yo, can we get a hashtag Lamar in chat showing appreciation for the wonderful Lamar Milade, my man? I like your name, by the way. Can we get a hashtag DC and Lamar showing appreciation for the wonderful donations? Boys, thank you so much for the tips. I appreciate you. Hope you guys enjoying the show. Thank you, boys. Very, very generous of you guys. The 20 bones and the 3 big bones right there. Well, thank you, boys. I really, really appreciate it. Unstoppable trying to knock Valence into a wall though. Super low in health. Could be really bad. Does catch himself a stun for a second. Into a cheap shot. Does he have the interrupt? He does not have interrupt. Vanish. Garrote is available if he needs to. Blind. Unstoppable trying to go for a heal. Trying to shadow step him. Has a Vanish Garrote if necessary. Might need to do it here. Unstoppable though, recovering, get himself quite a few hits to cast. The Rogue is barely alive. Like a lasso, no way out of the lasso. Could be really bad for Valence. Kidney shot. Vanish. Not gonna go for the Garrote. If only he had went for the Garrote a lot earlier, would have given him a little bit, a few more seconds to just delay until the kick is available. And he actually had himself such a good go there for a second, but I guess he just didn't have enough damage. The Rogue is still hanging in there, boys, going for first aid and everything. Unstoppable sitting down for mage. Actually, nobody has a mage in the team, so no mage food. Valence is trying to fight this tooth and nail, dude. Can this assassination Rogue defeat an Unstoppable Shaman? Because Unstoppable is just super giga tanky, big damage on this man, super survivable, great play of his character, honestly. Great play of his character. But Valence is still not out of the fight just yet. Cloaker Shot is coming back, had Smoke Bomb, lacking on the Trinket, lacking on offensive cooldowns, but we are getting into higher dampening where maybe Unstoppable could be seeing some reduction in his damage. Looks like a Shadow Meld for Valence there. Open it up with a Garrote itself. Unstoppable does regain the crit buff, has a cloak if necessary. Couldn't pre-cloak this light last, so is going to put him behind a little bit. Wants to maybe immediately cloak. That's going to be a bit of oh my goodness, quick, one kick is necessary here. Get a shot. Wait, does he actually have him here? Did the Cloaker Shot give him enough? He needs that interrupt. He doesn't have the interrupt. Sepsis isn't enough. Cheap shot for a second. It actually does get it. Wait, he actually does do it. Sepsis gave him that cheap shot. Oh my god, Valence actually assassinated him. Oh my god. Titania's taking the Rogue out, but the Rogue hung in there to the very last second, to the very last cooldown, down to 2%, 1% of his health. And the Sepsis gave him that cheap shot just to get that interrupt in. That was so close, but so good. Did have to play it until a pretty long game, until like pretty high dampening, but he played it to the very tooth and nail. Titania's going for a bit of bleeds onto A-Bomb. I see you swap it out to Frost instead of what we usually see from A-Bomb, which is mostly that unholy play. But he is not really having an easier time catching up to Titania's. Trying to go for Death Claws just now. I just noticed he has a little Pepe in his head. MS available with a full cooldowns coming up. Whereas Titanius does land the stun. It is a Feral with Thorns though, so it's gonna do a bit of damage. Grip and the Rogue is like already ready. Who is up next? Nobody really knows who's next. Looks like I guess it's gonna be Dirks up next. Just keeps getting gripped over and over and over. But I think it is a relapse. A-Bomb couldn't control the grippy hand. It was just looking for some company. They're just trying to make A-Bomb make some friends. You know what I mean? Nothing you could do about it. Sorry, Dirks, that had to vanish out of this one, but at least it was like, you know what? They understood that Death Knight is not in control. But at this high dampening, Death Knight, I think, just shows whoever's nearby target was like, I guess I'm fighting you. I'm gonna start hitting you because I don't have a lot of health to work with here. Relapse, though, is a Affliction Warlock by the looks of it. So just getting some doubts on the A-Bomb and then AFK away from him could be the winner here. With 71% dampener, not a lot of recovery could be gotten. But A-Bomb is trying to buy himself as much time as possible unless Relapse really pushes in. Staying mobile is what's going to help you. Having AMS up for the Warlock will probably help you as well. And there's going to be some dots exchange. A-Bomb is already behind with those dots getting exchanged. Getting that interrupt onto Relapse, though, that could be pretty good. AMS available for the Soul Rod and UA. That's going to be anti-magic zone because those dots are going to go through one way or another. You can't really stop them. And Relapse does go for a nice port out of the A-Bomb. Is still hanging out into anti-magic zone. Needs to line aside the eyeball pet. But I think the dots take him out and that's over. That was a hard one, dude. That was a tough first duel for a lot of you guys. Christina, though, came in with 3 kills. Valence got that big damage on our boy Unstoppable, who healed quite a lot. What is that healing? What is that healing? Oh my god. That was the longest, closest duel between a Rogue and a Shaman. But the Rogue played it super well. I mean, if he didn't have all those restarts, I think it would have been difficult. But being a Night Elf and having that Sepsis and a good use of that Sepsis, this man watched a couple guide videos on Sepsis, dude. You know what I mean? You've been watching the Night Fade, dude. I don't think that man switching Covenants. That was really well done. Alrighty, boys, we got ourselves a Batch as well as a Kragger. My party is ready. I have a question. A party of 2 red paladins. Can we join? Yes. Yes. No more than 3 of a class. Unless it's like Pharaohs and Boomies, since they play differently and all that. Smiley face. Here we go. Jesus, we're gonna try to get you in versus either Krager or Batch, but we're gonna go Krager and Batch real quick. And whatever new people we get up and running, we'll get you guys in here. I want to give you guys variety of teams, so I don't want people playing against each other all the time, right? So Jesus and Jesus, you guys played each other. We'll need to shuffle you guys around so you guys are playing against different people, alrighty? And if you guys got groups, feel free, man. We posted a pin in the chat how to join in. You should hopefully be able to see the whole thing, I think. Hopefully. Yeah, if you just click it, it should show the full message of how to join groups or make your own groups. Alrighty, yo, this is going to be some of the last duels of this patch. Next duels are going to be in, what is it, 1991, 92, 93? Next duels are going to be in 95. So, let's do it, boys. Yo, give yourselves a round of applause, man. First, not a season, but first patch of Shadowlands, and you guys have been playing duels, and we're going to be playing in the new patch with new changes, probably less Retribution Paladins, at least on an A, since Divine Toll is getting nerfed. We'll probably still see Paladins, but you won't have that cheesy Divine Toll, like, bunch of judgments, bunch of hammers. You know what I mean? Alrighty, boys. Go Twitch. Looks like Team Botch here is missing people, but Team Krager is doing pretty good. We got ourselves another team. Try to kite me. We got ourselves Kragar with also, this is Treddy as a Feral. We got ourselves Org as well as, what is that? Ren Dragon? Is that what it is? Ren. We got Ren. Try to kite me gonna be first up versus Wolf Quad. So this team, all the heroes are missing one, but we got ourselves Pooza. We got ourselves Nitty Gritty. We got Bocce in there. I try to kind of get an open up by Wolfquats, who's playing that Kyrian Feral. Lexi coming out, going to be immediate trigger for the Feral Druid as he's popping off every defensive with Thorns as well. It's going to be trying to go for some damage, but seeing the Thorns in the wall, he decides, you know what? I'm going to catch up on some health. I'm going to catch up on some healing. I'll pop a defensive here. It looks like did he pop wall as well? He did pop wall because he's all grayed out. So that was wall as well as dampen harm. Karma's still available. It has a trinket if necessary. So he popped enough of defenses against Wolfquad. So was going in with a 3-minute cooldowns. So I guess it's a trade of 3 minutes for 3 minutes. Try to stay alive. That is Wolfquad's also trinket out of that incap, out of the leg sweep combo. So try to kind of look at again to kind of reset Wolfquads for a second. Got himself a bit of a breather with that health. Fist of Fury flying at Wolfquads. He's looking to disengage away from it. Try to catch up on heals himself. And Wolfquads needs to go for another setup with a Kyrian. That's most likely going to get a trinket out, try to cut me, and if he's low enough. Also, Karma, big damage to try to kite me though, out of nowhere. Not even a Kyrian setup, and try going in for that Karma immediately. Big disconnect by Wolfquads. Does catch tries. He tried to roll out of the Ursos that yoinks him back in. Has to go for a reset. So that's still trinket available for try. So he still has a defensive against this Feral, but I think nobody expected that big burst. Had to blow a Karma there that early, but it looks like try is kind of maybe trying to wait out the cooldowns for Wolfquads. Or maybe he's just unsure exactly what he could do against the Feral. In cap as the Kyrian comes out, super unfortunate. Does have the leg sweep for this. Is going to get a leg sweep with the quads. Is going to have the Fist of Fury for the images. Big damage coming out. Oh my goodness. Lexi, he had the full setup there. The Feral came back in, and if you don't have Barkskin at that point for all that burst, it's not survivable. It's actually not survivable. Now, your name is Nitya. The Russian word would be Nitya. I can kind of guess what that means. It almost sounds like the word for like cry or complain. Nit. The word nit. I'm trying to think of a nickname for you. Nitty. Nitty Gritty Itty Bitty. That's gonna be his name. Nitty versus Try. That's as close as I can. I would like to know what his actual, like, what is the actual word translation is directly. Because sometimes there have been moments where I'm like, oh, Russian word, it sounds kind of like this, but it's actually a whole other thing. I've been there more than once, man. Been there more than once. I guess it's at least be glad that I can kind of sort of read these names in Russian, at least give them nicknames so you guys know what I'm talking about. Imagine not knowing Cyrillic and just being like, the Paladin. But if there's two Paladins, it's like, one Paladin, second Paladin. Who else will be able to get these names all right, boys? Except maybe Kragar. Trying to cut me, kind of lagged weird out by the cam. Gonna be Nitty going in for some big damage. Hodge wants to try, does get that divine toll bell, tolls for no one, and it doesn't toll for try, but looks like Zwen is actually still doing quite a bit of damage on Karma. And ooh, brocking out the defenses for Nitty. Oh, that's a defensive down, boys. Maybe gonna be seen. Oh, bubble. No, not even. Just trying to kind of be taking him out before the bubble can even come out. Just taking the man out of the game. Not giving him an opportunity. Gonna be Puza up next. Get himself a big old I-beam. It's interesting how the swords next to him just kind of floated there. He's playing the Night Fist, so we're expecting a massive setup. If you can go for a good setup or to try to kite me with a big Hunt comes out with a stun into big blades and probably try to cut me done for the count, taking him out. Oh my god. The wombo combo is spectacular. And the only thing that's even better than a combo is that beautiful crown on your bald head. That beautiful transmog gonna be a mage with a breath versus Puza landing the polymorph. And Puza still has every defensive and offensive. Could maybe trinket out of this. Is he gonna do it though? I don't know if he is. Ring of Frost to follow up. Is gonna take the meteor damage. Is gonna go for the invuln immediately. Try to see if he can just run out of there as the mage is chasing after him immediately. Puza try to see if he can bail out of there. Popping Blur as the Demon Hunter. Blur should be available in a minute here, but it looks like he's maybe trying to just catch himself a reset. He does need to catch up on a little bit of self-heal. There's only so much you can really do with a self-heal. One of the biggest ways to self-heal is with a Hunt and then doing damage to that enemy afterwards. Or getting metamorphosis and getting a bit of heal. But basically just looking for a bit of a CD reset, trying to maybe wait for the blur to be up, or try to just give him a better position. Next, breath, poly setup onto Puza. I mean, Archie is still actually just burned combustion there, so he won't have combustion, but it's still going to be quite a substantial amount of damage. And we've seen mages blow people up without even using combustion. Puza does use the mobility to his full extent, trying to catch a couple ticks of first aid. Breath still hits him. Palmer most likely going to happen, and it looks like there it goes. Could go for a trinket if he needs to. Arheorg setting up, cooking up himself a pie with the Ring of Frost right after. Puza does get hit in the Ring of Frost. It's going to be Rune of Power with a meteor coming down on his head. Does drop darkness down. So, hey, holding his ground in darkness. I think he's waiting for Blur to be back up. Looks like he's actually going to go for even more resets versus Archie. Just doesn't want to fight him at all. He'd rather get away. Line is setting him and does have some pets to actually attack him for a second. Could build up some resources from him. But looks like he's just waiting out for some cooldowns. Does get himself the Ivy, so it's going to be meta, maybe? No. He's not even running with meta. He's going to activate real meta right now. Breath hits him immediately. And Puza is going to break out of that Nova. Does reverse it into a Haunt, trying to make a setup with a Haunt. Actually decides to cancel Haunt against Arheorg as he does go for ult time, expecting the big damage out of the Demon Hunter. There goes the I-Beam yet again. The Haunt right after setting up. Stun onto Arheorg, goes in for an Ice Block immediately. And Puza cannot recover too much health at this point. Has to go bailing out of this. So that was a big setup for him. Just kind of out of the game. Metamorphosis was used there too, so it looks like he's maybe running a momentum build, isn't he? I think he's trying to set up like a big momentum setup with a stun, because it doesn't look like he's playing the I-Beam demonic build. So he must be playing something else. So he doesn't even have Leech, actually. Look at his cooldowns. He does have Nether Walk, which does give him immunity, but means he has 0 Leech while Metamorphosis is up. So this man honestly might just AFK on the mount until his cooldowns are back up. Oh, because Arhi did use the Ice Block. He just still has Cauterize. But if he can at least bust through the mage without the Ice Block, he will be in a good spot. You saw what he did earlier. He went for the Hunt to try to bait out all the time from the mage. And he baited out all the time and he canceled it. He canceled his Haunt just to make sure he gets a full setup. Does get a small setup with the Arhi. Gets a big old Haunt, trying to go for some damage right after. Bit of heal. Haunt does have a 1.5 minute CD to it. Trying to go for another set of first aid. Breath most likely going to hit him. Hits him with a stun instead. Bails out before Arhi can really connect and make some damage happen. And so far, this Human Hunter has been pretty good at simply running away from the main enemy and avoiding. Now, a lot of you, I know a lot of you guys really hate when people just run. But this Demon Hunter has 0 healing. Actually no healing unless Haunt is available. So he's literally waiting and consolidating for his cooldowns to be back up. And he's trying to go for like a really weird big one-shot wombo combo. I know, needs for speed for Warcraft. I know. But the fact that this man literally is playing like a glass cannon build, it does make me wonder, like, I wonder if he's going to be able to make this play. I-Beam available for Puza. I think he's using the I-Beam to get himself some resources. G-Pike going to come out. Actually going for the trinket. Metamorphosis available. Does he get ultra time out of Archie? Looks like ultra time maybe was used. Does he get the ultra time? Big damage on Archie, or big one shot coming out. Does have Cauterize. Actually, huge damage. Archie's dead. Archie's actually dead unless Puza cannot connect and take down the seed. I think he's going to come back. Oh my god, Puza with a burst. Yo, I've gotten hit by that before. Now I know what Demon Hunters were doing. Because there's one Demon Hunter I ran into. I just got 28k of my health just gone in a global with a Hunt. It was hilarious. I was like surprised, honestly. And then the other one did no damage because I kind of knew what was supposed to happen. I saw the Hunt, I pressed cloak. I was like, no, is that nature damage? Okay, cloak. Just hold on to it. And that was a kind of rough match because you never really know. Like, he has a 1.5 minute cooldown. My chicken is 2 minutes. He's actually going to be able to do this again. But it's like, it's very interesting Mambo combo. Going to be immunity for Puza as he's Krager approaching him. And is Puza going to do exactly the same thing? Is he just going to kite until the hunt is up? That means Krager is the one on the hunt right now. He needs to catch up to Puza and take him out before the hunt is available. Not even give him a chance. It looks like it's exactly what Krager is going to try to do. Darkness available for Puza. Should be able to give him a little bit of a defensive. Trying to go for a few resources here. Might be able to get himself a big old eye beam. That should be a lot of resources available. Stun to Krager as he's getting hit by a disarm. And Krager trinkets out of that stun actually just to keep chasing after Puza. Or maybe trick it out of the earliest stun? He might have actually tricked it out of the earliest stun, but the main thing is Krager does not have a trinket anymore. So for Puza, this could be something interesting. And looks like he did rotate cooldowns in order to just survive Krager. Krager still holding on to Enrage Regeneration, so that's 20% DR. And Puza just used himself some kind of like a setup with the Krager. Blade Storm available before he can get hit by a stun. Darkness getting proc for Puza, trying to waddle back into Darkness as it is his legendary. Imprison onto Krager. It looks like Puza is maybe setting up for some kind of a setup. Does have Immolation Aura rolling. Might be able to get some resources up. But he's literally just waiting until his cooldowns are up. I wonder if it's possible to reflect Hunt back at the Demon Hunter. That would be interesting. Big IBM available for Puza. It's going to be massive damage. Metamorphosis and out of that. It's going to be big old Hunt. Dropping Krager to half a shell. Does he have the damage right after? Looks like Krager is going to go for massive heal and Puza trying to bail away not to give Krager any healing. That one-shot wombo combo get Krager to half health in a single use of an ability. Oh my god, it's so cheesy, but this man is making it work. It is so cheesy. I just said it's cheese, but we've never seen this on a channel for Shadowlands. A demon hunter actually getting like a win and beat in duels like this. I know it's super giga cheese, dude. This is the cheesiest stuff ever. Mickey Mouse is a huge fan of this, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is the cheese that gets 80. It's pretty... I don't even know, dude. Stun back to back for Puza. It's looking like he wants to get some damage to Krager, but Krager has a lot of self-heal. It's gonna be, oh, the raging blows come out. So much, only so much could be done. Krager does take down the Demon Hunter. He's done with all that cheese. Trying to continue his rotation burst with raging blows into Luby. And looks like Luby was the fifth man that wasn't there for that team. So he does make it in. Gladiator Luby versus Krager charging in. Does reflect in case a hammer justice will check him out, but Luby does not burn a Hodge that early. Seraphim available as Krager goes in for a Blaze Storm. That's going to be CC immunity. Disarm to Luby is going to go for a Hodge. Can throw Judgment, still getting a lot of damage without even a weapon in his hand. He literally didn't get a weapon until the last global. He literally used so many abilities that didn't even need a weapon until the very last global with that Divine Storm. Does he even need a weapon for Divine Storm? I don't even know. Rend is going to be up next as a Pally. He's going to go for Wigs. No Seraphim yet, though. I don't know if he's running Seraphim. Luby taking a bit of damage, but he's actually hitting Rend back quite a bit. Even though Luby is the one, well, Rend is the one with wings. Wall available for Luby. His big defensive comes out with a legendary. Rend and Luby are both super low in health. Could be anyone's game. One good crit could literally end it. Rend finds himself kind of low. Shield of Vengeance available for Luby. Could splash back at Rend pretty hard. Does have a Shield of Vengeance of his own. Looks like both Pallies are going for a more defensive play with a Word of Glories. And Rend is the only one trying to stay kind of sort of aggressive here and offensive. Looks like his Shield of Vengeance is going to pop back to Luby. Because Luby shield pops. Rend shield pops. Rend shield back to Luby. Big damage back to Luby, basically. Rend's still holding on to a bubble. So does Luby. It looks like Luby survived Rend's burst. Bubble comes out. Luby, does he hold on to his bubble? He's trying to generate as much holy power as he can, trying to self-heal himself with 46% dampening. It looks like he actually lifted the bubble. Seraphim available for Luby is going to get hit. Maybe a bubble coming out here. Is going to bubble as he sees the Kyrian setup. Throw in the Kyrian hammer of his own with final verdict. Massive Tempest verdict taking him out. And Treddy going to be the last feral on that list of that team. Last man standing. Versus Luby just burned a bubble. So Treddy should be able to make quick work of him. Thorns available for the Kitty Cat. Hodge by Luby is going to go for Flash of Light. Bark's going to help for Treddy just in case, I guess. And Luby catching up on a little bit of self-heal. Treddy should be able to get the bleeds up and running into Luby and really end it here. Going to be wings for Luby. It looks like the bite at the end does take him out. Treddy did have to burn the Kyrian setup in order to make that bite really work. Botcha going to be up next as a sub-rogue, playing that Night Elf. Dude, so many Night Elf sub-rogues without 100% crit legendary. Like, why would you not play that? Botcha looking for Treddy, trying to see if he can find him. But he's going to find him all that quickly, all that easily. Treddy is out there roaming the arena. As it comes down to the last two, actually, Rogue versus Feral. Shady coming in with full cooldowns, actually. Defensive to offensive. Bocce coming in with every cooldown available. We are seeing Bocce playing double Shadow Dance setup. Hanging out by the eye, almost picked it up. Playing double Shadow Dance with Shadowy Duel. So he's not playing the all-in burst by the looks of it. Looks like maybe he's playing the normal arena setup. Or maybe like a modified, because I don't really know, because do people play the bursty arena setup nowadays? I feel like in 2v2s he would. Is it playing Deeper Strat though? Because Deeper Strat could be really good too. Also, is he playing Weapon Master? Because that could also be really, really good. Looks like Chetty is going to pop out in bear form. Going to be a mission. Shadow Strike on Bocce. Looks like he's lagging all over the place. Going to get a Shadow Strike and try to see if he can dip away from Chetty. Hits him on the mark for death in case he goes for a Kindle shot. It looks like Chetty is going to stay in bear form for as long as possible. Hits Bocce with a Moonfire. The Rogue should still be able to get himself a clean reset. Even when you hit him with a Moonfire, it does no longer break him out of stealth anymore because Rogues have that shield when they go into stealth. Bocce is setting out in mount form, actually. Just stay mounted. He is lagging really badly. I wonder if he's lagging on both of our screens or just for mine. Does see the Feral, Shadow Step, Kidney Shot comes out. Bocce going in for some damage. Shadow Blades is available. Does have the Sepsis rolling as well. Triple cheap, triple stun onto Trinity. I try to see if he can create some line of sight. Blind does force a trick it out of the Feral. Going to be a shadow mode for Bocce for a second. See, has advantage if he needs to. Going to be a big current setup for Trinity. Bash into Bocce. Big bite to follow. Could be pretty big bleeds right after. Trinity needs to find himself a bit of a defensive. No more trick available. Big bite onto Bocce. I feel like the Rogue did not anticipate that sudden turn of events. And it looks like the Feral took him out. Pusa though, my man. Demon Hunter with the biggest one-shot damage with a biggie burst, dude. Got 2 kills actually. It looks like he just had 1, but he did kill the mage, so that is 2. I want to see that man in play again, dude. I am interested to see how that's going to play out. Like, he's basically running away the whole game until he has the full cooldowns, but I do wonder, like, now that you guys know what he's doing, like, is he going to switch up the strats, or are you guys going to switch up the strats? That's crazy. Hey, Dal, added you, mate? Bug Rika. Okay, Bug Rika. Let me see if I can find you, man. I'll try to add as many of you guys as I can, man. Bug Rika. Here we go. You got a group? Cool. Anybody else got a group, by the way? Alliance team ready. Send your first. Sniffler. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can look for Sniffler. Let me know if I pass you. You might have tried to add me before. I might need to free up some friends list and remove some of these invites because I think it was a cap. So you might have tried to add me when it was cap. Sniffy, my man. Sniff. Sniff, sniff. Schnozzle. Schnoozle. I'm looking for Sniffler. I can't find Sniff. I'm looking for letter S. If I don't see letter S, I ignore it. Basically. I would have passed it, didn't I? I'm here, bro. Did you try to add me? Dalaran hashtag 1340. Try to add me again. I'm seeing if I can find you. You might have tried to add me before. And then it's basically left from like previous time you tried to add me, my guy. I need to go through this so much more often, dude. Like, who's who? But how do I do that when I'm not streaming? Did I miss Sniff, boys, or nah? Did I miss Sniff? If I did, where was he? Towards the middle, towards the top, towards the bottom? Shall we send? Yeah, go ahead. One of the major groups send you invite request. Check here in chat. Yeah, I'm trying to get you guys in. Tell me your idea. Share now. We are in the same group. If you guys are in the same group, only one of you guys needs to add me on real ID. We got ourselves get ready for Horley Belly. You got a group? Hey, Dal. Favorite squad is ready. A full 9-face squad? Yeah, okay. I'm going to decline some of you guys. Just to make sure I can clean up the invites. I might have declined some of you boys that have been regulars here, and I'm so sorry, but I'm just trying to make it so that people can add me right now for the stream. Stiff, I don't see it. Did I miss him? Do an ally group first, mate. Any group available. Yeah, only if that makes it easier for you, bud. Okay, I'll try to add you. See if that's easier. Because I do try to. I don't try to ignore you guys. It's just. Okay, it's actually lowercase. Is it 2 Fs? Looks like 2 Fs. I literally can't read. Why am I doing capital? Here we go. Okay, I think I got you. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that worked. Maybe it didn't, because BNet is bugged out before. Basically, if you try to add me and I try to add you through add friends, sometimes it doesn't work. It won't work until I add you through this thing, and then I have a list to look through. Hopefully they can make it like you can have a search button, so I can just type in the letters, and then you can find you guys easier. Capital S, bro. Okay. Let me try that. Maybe it's sensitive like that. Sniffler, 2 R's. Let me try that. Maybe that'll work. Because I am trying to add as many of you guys as I can, but between the duels and trying to get them up as an ASAP, like back to back to back to back to back, it's really difficult for me to sometimes catch everybody in the chat. I do hope you guys are having fun. I do hope you guys are having a good one. I'm just trying to get as many of these games in so the boys that are participating can participate. But I do need moments where I need to take a breather and then add more of you. This he is. Did you try to add me this? I mean, I'll try to add you, but let's see if you try to add me. This EUS. Okay. Why do I do that? Every time I capitalize everything. 2968. Lamar!
I added you. Warthog on battle. Net, we are 4/5.
We're 4/5. 4/5. Warthog. Can we get a hashtag Lamar in chat? Thank you so much, my man. Lamar Marmalade. I like marmalade. Back in the day as a kid, I used to eat marmalade, dude. That was some good stuff. Yo, can we get a hashtag Lamar in chat, boys? Showing appreciation for almost done 3 bones. My man, 6 bones of the day. Thank you so much. 4/5 of the way. Okay, Warthog. Warthog? Warthog. Okay. W should be pretty easy to find. 4/5 of the way up, I guess. There's the one from the bottom up, so you probably meant like 4/5 from the bottom up. Because when you say 4/5, my brain is like, oh, 4/5 downwards. W. I would go quicker than this in scrolling, but I know I'd miss it. I'm really bad at finding people on Real ID. Real bad, and I don't do it on purpose. You have no idea just how much of my attention span needs to go into looking for these names. Try to make sure I don't skip accidentally over, because there's so many times I've skipped over. Like I'm not blinking and my contacts start to swim. Like I need to find a way better system than this. I need an add-on for this stuff. Did I not see it? We're getting towards the top. I'm not seeing Warthog. Damn it. Hold on. Oh, okay, here we go, at the bottom. You don't have room for more builds, friends. Blizzard! Okay, who hasn't been online? People that haven't been online for more than 13 days. I'll have to swap someone out. 13 days is what, 3 months. Maybe they'll come back. Watch Rexath come back literally tomorrow. Got you. Got you at it. All right, looks like Belly and Bug have a group. Let's try to get them in. Okay, back to actually queuing the duels. I can barely keep fairies under control. All right, I'll get you in here. Belisarius and Bug Rika. No target. Hold on, Belly. Belisarius. Make sure you guys are online on Real ID, by the way. Yeah, make sure you guys are both online on Real ID. Warthog with 4 to 5. Awesome. I'll get you guys versus Jesus or Breezaz. Now that we actually have groups, I want to try to get you guys all queuing random people. You know what I mean? Same group of Sniff. Cherno. Cherno, did you add me or did I add you? Cherno, do I have you added already? I feel like I feel like I should have a guy named Cherno added already. Sniff, I did not find you. I tried to plug you in. Sniff, did I miss you anywhere, by the way? Did I miss you anywhere? Because if I did miss you, let me know where it was. And I'll go look at it again. I think you might be at Cap Dal. Oh, that might be a problem then, yeah. Well, I cleared... Okay. Maybe it won't let more of you guys add me unless I clear someone else. So someone who's marquee hasn't been online 21 days. That would fit our 15-day... Or was it 13-day limit there? Just been 4 months ago. Also 14-day thing. 2 months. Jackal can, dude. Jacko is the boy. Guitar shot though. Jacko is my man, dude. I can't do it to him. I've known that guy for too damn long. Crazy Cat. I can't do that too either. Crazy Cat. I've known him for. I know those guys for two. They were like some of the first few adopters, man. They first adopted me like a dad and a dad would. I'm lucky to have multiple dads here in this chat, boys. These are beautiful, beautiful butterflies right here. I heard Brizaz Group is the coolest people in it. Yeah, we gotta get Belly and Bug Ricky in here, man. They were waiting for a while, but then we gotta get Jesus versus somebody. Probably Warthog. Looks like Warthog is ready, so we'll get him more Jesus in there. Looks like we actually got Sniff in here as well. We got him in, boys. Guess who? Yeah, what's up, man? We got Sniff. We can procure Sniff versus Jesus, or we can Sniff versus Bug, or can Sniff versus whoever. We'll have to figure it out, but let's just try and get the duels in. I'll try to balance it between adding you guys and getting more people in. You must choose who to leave behind. Melkor, I can't choose unless you've been gone for months and months and months and you're not an early adopter of me in this channel. I can't, dude. You guys are all too beautiful, man. Too many beauties in the chat. What's up, Melkor? How you doing, beauty? Hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful day, by the way. You were excited for 905? Boys, I'm so excited for 905. I'm so excited for 905. Oh my god, dude. It's gonna be so good, dude. I'm actually so excited. It's not even funny. Not even funny. No laughter. No smiles. Oh, serious. It's not funny business. Alrighty, boys. Switch. We got us a team one together with A-Shucks. Aw, Shucks. Wait, are you survival? He is survival. Looking beautiful. You actually look one of my guildies. Looking like one of my guildies. Except he has a little mini crossbow. On that team, we also got Try to Cut Me. We got ourselves No Belly. We got ourselves Adva. We got ourselves Robot Murlocky. As an Outlaw Rogue, by the looks of it. Gonna be Bug. Oh! A-Shucks is playing that Ventier. Oh, Pog, he got the kill shots. Those are actually getting buffed in the next patch, so he's preparing early, I think. I think he's getting ready for it. Stun onto Bug. This guy gonna have to go for a lot of defenses here. Freezing Trap onto Bug Rika afterwards. Bug does not play with a trinket, so actually we have ourselves... Is that an undead? That is an undead. That's a Kyrian undead. No. Blood Elf undead. Is that human, actually? Wait, is it human? Wait, no, it is a Blood Elf. Wait, it is a Blood Elf. Jump animation is a Blood Elf. It is going to get caught into traps, but it looks like A-Shucks is taking a lot of damage. Bugricker just got so much burst in the opener there. In capital A-Shucks, does this man even need a trinket? I guess he just doesn't need one if you could just do all the damage in the world. A-Shucks, not a lot. He has the last left. That's going to be touch of death taking him out. On that team with Bugricker, we got ourselves Prox, we got ourselves Zelia, we got ourselves Ford Cutie, and we got ourselves Archie. Is Ford... Can you guys ask Ford to be out of cat form unless he's dueling? Thank you so much. Because sometimes Pharaohs give like a buff. Pharaohs sometimes give a buff to people when they're in cat form. If they're playing leader of the pack, which most of them I think are. Gonna be Robot Murlocky. Up next is an Outlaw Rogue. Try to see if he can tussle with the muscle that is Bugrika. No trinket for Bugrika, so actually lots of control available for the Rogue. They're doing gouges and kidney shots and blinds. So should have full control. Bugrika finds super low in health. Leg sweep onto Robot Murlocky. You could go for a setup. Trinket side evasions available. Bugrika finds himself super low in health. No. Trinket does get hit with a defensive. Gonna be the stun as he gets super low. That's why he's running no trinket, since he's actually had himself in a setup where even if the enemy attacks him, they get stunned when he gets low. Gonna be a Robot Murlocky. Actually getting taken out to just the raw power of Bugrika, the raw damage. The no trinket play is an interesting one, boys. This is weird. He basically has a trinket, quote unquote. It'll just stun enemies if you go for mechanical setup when he gets low on health. And I think that thing is a 45-second cooldown, so he basically has a shorter trinket than an adaptation that's good against melee. It's not good against casters, but it's good against melee. That is crazy. So Bugrika versus Try to Kite Me, that's going to be an interesting setup. Both of them are monks, both of them are Kyrian. And Try to Kite Me now have seen what he plays. He knows he plays the stun setup. Bugrika, though, getting a stun to Try to Kite Me. It looks like the leg sweep is long enough. Does go for the in-cap. And that's not going to be a trinket out of him. Bugrika does get a trinket out of Try to Kite Me. As Bugrika going in for a full setup. It's Fury is available for him. Getting lots of damage to Try to Kite Me. Trying to see if he can forge defenses out of him. It looks like both of the monks find themselves low. Karma onto Bugrika. And Try is looking to finish him off right now. Going to be every defense available. Try does take him out with a touch of death before things really do go haywire. Before Bugrika played that cheesy setup. That stun when you go low health is very interesting. Going to be a Cloak of Shadows available. Actually, no Cloak of Shadows. Shadow Dance. No, Shadowy Duel by Rahelia. I think he wants to go for Shadow Duel so you can take him out real quickly. And he did burn Dance for it though, so he is playing what looks like a one charge Dance with the biggest wombo combo damage. So Rahelia came in, he burned Vanish there, he burned Shadowy Duel to make sure he doesn't have the other enemies on the team 1 available to attack him immediately. So it's going to be very interesting. Alba picking up the eyeball to get Rahelia out in the open is going to hit him with a second Felguard. It looks like he's going to go for another stun with a Tyrant, this time Mortal Coil maybe. Getting a shot onto the Warlock. Tyrant is going to get some slappy damage. The pets are on Rahelia, who's waiting for his coolness to come back. It looks like maybe Shadow Dance should be available sometime soonish maybe. Trinket available for Rahelia. And we'll see where it's going to go. Cloak of Shadow is available for Rahelia. As just trying to make some damage happen onto Advo. Mortal Coil thrown at him with the Vile Fiend summoned. And Advo should be able to get big damage onto Rahelia, taking him out. The Rogue playing that one-shot wombo combo. He's really just has all his chips in an all-in playstyle. But if he can't guarantee himself a kill there, then he's just kind of done. By the way, look at the Mog for Advo. You know who he looks like? Is that the same person, actually? But he looks like that Warlock from... he played a lot back in BFA on the team of Krager for a while. God, the name eludes me at this point, but he played a lot of Destro and he was really nutty. He has a very similar Mog, so honestly, I think it might be the same guy. The way that I remember this Mog is he always had those incredibly powerful thighs that you can see on the side, since he's not really wearing like pants, you know, just a tabard and leggings. And now with the aura customizations, I mean, it just looks intimidating. It looks intimidating, but in a good way. Reflective level for Adva as it's trying to reflect. The Pyro is back at Archie. It looks like Archie actually put himself in a bad enough situation where the Ultra Time was used there. Got himself super low on health for a second, and Adva is chasing him over with a couple of Demon Bolts. Archie does make sure to get him some shields up and running. Is it controlling the pets of Adva, if anything, with Nova? So that actually comes out to be pretty good. Adva does sneak in. More demons down onto Archie. The imps are there. The puppy dogs are there. And that's quite a lot of pets chasing him. Looks like it's going to be a stun. Does also get the interrupt onto Archie. Will not be able to cast Frost abilities for a second. And try to go for Ring of Frost against seeing the pets, if at all possible, if he ever can. And Ford over there spinning around. Adam, I think, just waiting for his pets to just thaw out. Trying to walk up, maybe hit him with a breath. Looks like the breath isn't going to happen. Blinks out of that stun. Nova and all the pets. Mortal Coil does come out, and Adam try to set up for another set of hand to go down. Maybe trying to go for a Tyrant. Archie looking to get the breath on him, and looks like there's not going to be a pet stun follow up here. Meteor comes in, big combustion available. Reflect is up. Archie, does he go for spell steal? Advo doesn't even wait for it. He just bails out of it immediately. And Archie is over there with a massive combustion. Blaze is roaring. But he can't really maximize the value, making those Pyroblasts clap. They still do a lot of damage, but without the combustion, I mean, a lot of the big momentum for that burst is just kind of out. I forgot to equip the trinket. Yo, that actually, I thought that was a play. Honestly, I thought that was the play, Noto. I actually thought that was the play. I thought you wanted to go with no trinket. I thought that was something like a cheesy playstyle, but you still did a lot of damage, and that actually worked out in your favor for some of the fights. Unless the stun was longer than your backlash stun, that's when it really comes into play. But it's a little sketch, but it's pretty good either way. Adver landing a Mortal Coil into Archie. It looks like, did Archie trinket that? He did. Tyrant is available, but Archie is over there by himself without any pets attacking him, as the pets finally figuring out that they need to walk up to Archie, hitting all the pets with the breast, and controlling the pets just eliminates a lot of damage that Advo is putting in. Does get the lockout onto Archie, looking in for maybe a breath, gonna be an interrupt on the nature, no cooldown reduction for Archie. It does go for the Ice Block as a Soul Rot, and the pets are doing a bit of damage. Actually going in for the Ice Block to go for a bit of a reset. 7 minutes to do this Joel, 30% dampener. Archie does get himself a bit of a out. Not gonna get combustion early enough here, as he does not get the cooldown reduction. So by the time he gets the CDR back, he's going to have combustion back. So he's just a waiting game at this point. He's going to hit on Vel for the breath. Could go for a stun here if he does have the pet stun. Most likely will. Meteor coming out solo. Onto Advo. Does get split between the pets as well as a reflect coming into play. Out here, blinking out of the stun. Interrupting the Advo on a cast. What looked like maybe a shadow cast. Or maybe Demon Bolt. Fire cast, actually. I think he was trying to summon a Vile Fiend. Getting interrupted on Vile Fiend is a different school of spell than Shadow with Shadow Bolt with Fear, and Demon Bolt, which is like Demon Bolt and Gun Go Down is like Shadow Flame. So it's Fire and Shadow. That's the one with the real luck set on anything. Without giving away exactly what the school of cast with the Vile Fiend is. I think a lot of you guys can figure that out. Shouldn't power available for Archie. Should have a combustion here. Trying to think line up with a breath and combustion. Combustion is available. It's going to have Mortal Coil hitting him. Admiral looking to bail out of there completely. Looking for that gateway. It's going to max range Archie Orc using that Warlock newfound mobility between the gateways, the Warlock Forts, and the Night Phase Soul Shape Covenant. So Archeorg is not going to be able to maximize that damage, but he's still looking pretty healthy. We are only 8 minutes into this duel. It is 21% dampening, so the dampening is going to start to really catch up with these guys after a bit, but they still should be pretty reliably safe. Blinks, not available for Archeorg at the time. Does have Soul Rot on him, that's going to be all the time, so he's going to have a lot of recovery. Demonic Tyrant is going to come out and is going to start clapping cheeks of Archeorg. Even if he goes for all the time, he's going to recover a lot of health, but the Tyrant is still going to be out in the open trying to get some cast off unless he gets line of sight like he did. And there he goes. There's walking. Does he have line of sight finally? If Advo can get any kind of damage into Arche that isn't into the shields or isn't into all the time, then he'll be in a really good spot. Otherwise, he can just never really crack through the major stuff defense. And the pets being so much of your front-loaded damage, just Arche CCing him with a Breath or a Nova or a Ring of Frost, just eliminates the damage. Just summon all these pets, you know him, run away. Literally done. It's out of the question, out of the window. Arche catches an invis. Adva knows more or less where he's at, goes for the port just in case. And Arche, I don't think he's gonna have, maybe wait, it looks like Adva walked out of the room. He's definitely gonna have the breath set up as he's trying to summon a pet Ring of Frost for all those pets, trying to see if he can catch Adva in there. Looks like the pets are definitely gonna get themselves frozen. The stun from the Felger does connect, does go for the interrupt onto the or the polymorph right after. Arche cannot go for a poly since he's still interrupted. But still, Novas are available for all those pets. Trying to deny as much damage as he can. Meteor onto Adva. Does he get hit? Does not get hit. Gonna be another Felger getting summoned. Adva does not have a Tyrant to combine with this setup this time. But Arche, again, just going for the kiting of all those pets. Picking up the eyes, unfortunate. 5% more damage from all those pets and Demon Bolts. Does himself all the time, so he's gonna have a lot of health recovery there. Arche is just avoiding any damage he can take as best as he can. Interrupted. Wait, does get the ult time, even though he was interrupted. Taking him out of the stun, I think. Unless you have to blink for it. I don't know if you have to blink for it or not. Maybe it removes the stun when you alter time. Actually, I don't think it would remove CC, would it? So maybe he didn't have a blink there last second. But it's going to be Arche actually caught with half health. Another Ring of Frost for the pets. Man, I never realized just how big that CC the mage can do to the pets. Just controlling those pets, how much damage the Warlock is reduced. Advert going for a bit of a dance. Maybe it's too early of a victory dance here, as it's going to be Archeorg blinking in at a Meteor coming down. Going to be an interrupt onto Arche on his damage. Is that Arcane or Fire? Maybe it was Fire. Big Combustion available. Reflect is up for Advo. Does go for a port. Reflect is just there as a layer of safety, but the port's still getting used to make sure he doesn't take any free damage from Arche, because he's just one spell steal away, and that's going to be free damage. Arche finally taking some damage to his health bar. Ice Block back up though, so he does have a defensive again. That's how long this duel's been going. Adva trying to maintain the pets, does get the nice interrupts to the Arche. There goes the Ice Block. If only had a way to shadow through it. I don't think Shadow Bolts generate you resources, but I'm pretty sure Demon Bolts do. I think Adva could have actually went for a Demon Bolt cast unless he's expecting an interrupt out of Archeorg, which could lock him out pretty hard. But whatever pet damage you can get onto Arche right now, whatever little damage you can do here, that's all going to be pretty good. But again, the CC by the mage on this pets, that just shows you, if you ever get caught against a Demonology Warlock, crowd controlling the pets, a huge portion of the Warlock damage is gone. So you really do care just to make yourself more survivable that way, boys. Remember this in the future. CCing those pets actually might be worth. Especially if you're trying to create some line of sight. Not letting the spells do the damage actually is huge. Gonna be a big old board, actually aggressively pushing in with the Advo. Is gonna try to see if he can dodge the Meteor. I believe he dodged most of it. Trying to make a Tyrant happen. Is gonna get lockout, cross CC onto each other. That's gonna be Nature Cast available for Advo. All the time available for Archeorg. Tried to at least disrupt Advo. Tried to stagger his damage. Is gonna miss his cooldown reduction aspect. He does get a lot of health back from all the time. Almost gets a bad line of sight for the Tyrant, but the Tyrant gets a couple casts in there. That does put Archeorg super low in health. Nova for the pets is up with the Ring of Frost right after. It's going to even stop the Tyrant in play. One of the Felgers, though, still able to hit at him, which is super bad for Archeorg. Just took free damage that he does not need to take. Has the images available. Those should hopefully give him a little bit of a DR. Adva, if you have any casts of your own, you might be able to finish it off by yourself. Your pets are super behind. The Demon Dogs do come in. They need to get a big old bite in there. And Arche is definitely going to get his cauterized proc here. The shields are holding him off. Trying to keep him alive just a little bit longer. Stun into Arche. Does he have a blink for this? Looks like he does have combustion. Trying to make this mobility and damage happen. Trying to spell steal the reflect from Adva. Does finally get it. Trying to make more Pyroblast of Arc. Adva does go behind the pillar yet again into the room. At the 13-minute mark, boys. 48% dampener. Mortical getting traded. Adva should be able to take down Archeorg at this point. As long as he has the damage for the pot, he should be okay. As long as the pets actually swap. In 9-5, those pets are actually going to be smarter. Shadow Bolts do give you resources. I don't think they give you resources into an Icebug though, do they? I mean, I remember they didn't back in BFA. Because Lucron, if you guys remember that name, a powerful name. Lucron actually tested it back in BFA Alpha and Beta. Like, well, I guess mages that Ice Block or immunities like Bubble. If you Shadow Bolted into it, it didn't give you resources like Shadow Bolts, but Demon Bolts did. So he would try to use it for duels. Like if in duels, if a mage Ice Blocks it, start casting Demon Bolt. Unless you're expecting for him to like get you out, but if the mage is low on health, Ice Blocks it, try to go for some cooldown reset, maybe a breath. You could usually sneak in a Demon Bolt, get some resources at least. When Demonology has like the big wall and shot all in setup. I mean, they have pretty good setup now. And when Box is going to be up next, it's going to be Demon Bolts coming out with a Tyrant clapping his cheeks right now. Barkskin might not be enough. Double stun right after with a Soul Rod. Super low in health. Does go for a wall here, but still find himself extremely low in health. Trying to go for every defensive, but 55% dampening. It's going to make those regos much harder. The MS effect from this Fel Tyrant is just so bad for him now. The Fel Guards are just tearing him up. Trying to go for regrowth, build comp points, and finishes off with those pets. Small stun onto Ad, but does trinket out of it. And Prox find himself still super low on health. Stun does not have a trinket for this. Maybe Mortal Coil. No, I don't know. Advo actually has a Mortal Coil. He might not. And Prox trying to go for as many self heals as he can. New movement curses as well possible. Bash onto Advo. Does he have the big setup? One Mortal Coil, and that's going to separate you two. Is trying to see if he can bail out of there. Advo chasing after him, trying to stay aggressive. Cat after cat, trying to go for Convoke the Spirit's defensive heal. Whatever heal he can get, actually, he's Convoke to just top himself off at 59% dampener. So Prox is hoping to maybe come back. He's hoping not to have to win by Convoke. As Convoke is no longer a play for him. Trying to go for a Fear. Does get the Fear off that Mortal Coil. That's going to be Advo catching up on a bit of health. Advo needs more pets in order to make this play here. Going to be another Fear onto Prox. It looks like he does not sit long at all. Does go for a short port. Does give him enough mobility to get out of there. Does he have the gateway to bail out too? He does have the gateway to bail out. So he should be in an okay spot. Needs to get the pets in. That's going to be a stun into Prox. And it's going to allow Advo to summon some pets. At least the Vile Fiend going to be entangled roots on the Felguard. Looks like it is actually going to get rooted. So Pox taking the page out of the Mage's book, trying to CC the pets as best as he can. Big old setup, Maim onto Adva. The pets are back on up on him. Maybe could go for a stun. Maybe Mortal Coil could come out. Adva finds himself super low in health. Oh, a big old bite. Just clams those jaws of death on Pox. Belly gonna be up next, dude. Going in belly up. Oh, look at you. Night Fae! Yeah, that's himself the big Night Fae setup. Yo, if Pox doesn't treat this man carefully, he could be put in a really bad spot. Gonna be a big parry available right now. Does he reflect the Cyclone? Almost reflect that Cyclone back onto Pox. Stun, Stormbolt does connect. It looks like he is gonna be able to probably catch himself a re-stealth. He does catch himself a re-stealth. Belly did use no trinket, but parry has been used. Pox does have a trinket though. That's gonna be Trinket Fear onto Prox. Trying to go for a big Warbreaker. Does get bashed up by the Feral. Gonna be a massive Ancient Aftershock. Barsky comes out for Prox a little late, but I think he got the bleeds with the belly. And I think he's just gonna go belly up. I think the bleeds just take him out. Prox does get himself one more bite here. At least one more Stormbolt, but I think belly, is out of options here. It was a really, really nice setup, but you really need himself some massive Massacre with the Ancient Aftershock. It needs to be a perfect. That was a nice attempt there, my guy. Nice attempt either way. Who did all that damage, by the way? That was a lot of damage done that game. Was that the Warlock? Because that was a long game between him and the Mage. Look, really long game. Really, really long. Alrighty, we gotta get somebody else in here. Cannibals. Oh, Dalaran, how you doing, my man? Hey. Hey. Blood Mist. Me and Abram can add you Blizz. I'm in your request list. Eric Deer. And no one can see my message in chat. I don't know why. Did you say something to get yourself banned, maybe? Oh, now I'm concerned. Why can no one see your messages? You might have said something effed up, my guy. You must have said something then that was kind of effed. Yeah, now I'm concerned. I don't see you, Eric. Blood Mist. What server is that? Force Chur Ligma. Okay. Good server name. I'm a little concerned about that message now. Now I'm concerned. Who's next? Actually, we got Sniff. He's ready. Breezaz is ready. War is ready. Yo, I think we're gonna have to do it like this or something. Yeah, maybe. Yo, let's just get the duels up and running, man. Sorry, Kragar and Botch for making you guys wait as long as you guys do, but yo, we gotta get the duels up and running. Let's get Jesus in here and Warthog. Need a target. Warthog, Jesus, make sure you guys are online on real ID. Otherwise, don't you move on to Breezaz and Sniff. Yeah. 40. Dalaran Agile, what's your real ID? I need to know you guys' real ID. Shadow Balls do give you resource. Yeah, I don't know if they do. Can a Warlock let me know if Shadow Balls give you resources if you use it into an Iceblock target or like a bubble target, or is it only Demon Bolts? Because back in BFA, I know it was only Demon Bolts, but maybe they changed it. The monk had mad gear. Most monks do, dude. They're pretty nutty. Marius. Marius. Oh, you're not at the bottom, which kind of sucks because it means that. Okay, I'm gonna look real quick. Marius, letter M. Matt, not right. What? Let me know if I missed you. Okay, let me know if I missed you. I'm gonna try to go as quick as I can here because I do need to get the duel up and running. No target. Warthog. And Jesus, make sure you guys are online reality. Unless I'm... Warthog. Warthog. Make sure you guys are online on real ID. Make sure you guys are online. Otherwise, I'll need to move on to Breezaz and Sniff. Wolf. Mad Dragon. Not Marius, but it's an M. Why don't you add it? You should be faster. I guess I could add, right? Because there's a good chance you already tried to add me. Let me do that actually. You're Maledius. Wait, did I miss you then? I must have missed you. Check again. I was looking for the word mad, not mal, and I might have missed you there. Maledius. Maledeuces. 2189. Let's try that. Yeah, cannibals might be right. All right, yo, I get you. Okay, Warthog, Jesus, we're good. We're queued. Then Breezaz and Sniff, Krager and Bug, Batch and Belly. I'll try to get you guys ASAP in there, man. Back to back. Okay. Make sure you're also out of don't have LFG on. Like when you're looking for people, make sure LFG is closed. Let me know if I need to requeue. Jesus and Warthog. Sorry, online. Yeah, you good. Yeah, I was looking for him anyway. Mauld. That's what it is. Okay, let's just go for Mal. It's not Mal. It's Maledeuce. Mal. M-A-L. Like ML. Eric. That's Eric. I'm a little concerned with... Oh, got you added. Awesome. I'm concerned about adding Eric since nobody can see him in chat. I'm wondering if Eric got banned in chat at some point. We know where you are, Eric. We know where you're on with BNet. On that Ligma server. I don't know what you said. I'm a little concerned. Yeah. Sus. It's sus. That's all I'll say. Ready, sorry, bugged. Yeah, okay, we'll try it again. Jesus and Warthog. We always get into this kind of situation where we have so many groups up, and then it's just like I keep losing track of you. I think the sweet spot of getting groups up where you guys can kind of like rotate and play different people, and we can just keep the duels going. And there's like 5 people, but I like it when there's a lot of groups because that means there's a lot of people, dude. And I want to give all you guys a chance to get a chance at least to play Lamar. We got him in here, dude. Let's go. That's awesome. But try to get all you guys in here like out of 5 groups. It's pretty smooth. I do like it when it's chaotic. It's a lot of people, but it makes me feel bad because it's almost like makes me want to beat myself up because it's like just queue again, just queue another, just keep going, get more people in. What are you doing? Why are you wasting time? And it feels like I'm trying to get you guys caught up in chat and try to add you, get more people in. And I also feel bad because the people that are waiting are probably like, come on down, just get on with it. So I feel like I'm disappointing everybody. It's almost like having a dad that says you're never going to be good enough. That's what it feels like, dude. I'm trying my best, Dad. I'm sorry I can't be a doctor. All right, I need to save that one, though. I think I didn't save that, so good thing that I'm saving it here. Perfect time to have a mental breakdown on stream, right? Hurry up, save it. They're already going in. Valence is trying to make a play here. Okay, it's saved. Here we go. Everybody's like, been there, dude. Switch. We got ourselves first up is going to be Valence. Oh, going out versus Wim. Oh, hey, Wim is the Frost Mage that plays Frost. He played it only a couple of times, but he did have a good game against, I guess, our boy Brizaz. So he did pretty well there. It's going to drop down a bunch of ice, a bunch of snow on the head of Valence as he's going to shift in Soul Shape Fox from trying to bail out. Is going to get hit with a Nova. Does go for a restyle. The Blizzard is going to get him out immediately. No way out away from the Rogue. That pet actually just kind of camping him on the other side. Not gonna let him catch a good reset. Gonna be a Ray of Frost. Getting shot does come in onto him. Valence trying to make some damage happen here. Is gonna have some Sepsis rolling. Looks like that is Vendetta getting used right now. Wim is gonna take a bit of damage from that Vendetta with also Sepsis. Does catch himself a reset. Could come out as Sepsis is about to tick. Looks like Sepsis or something gets him out of stealth just now. It's gonna be an Iceland sent to Valence with a Blizzard hitting him from one side of the arena and the Mage walking out to the other. Valence is not going to catch himself an easy reset. Icy Nova is going to keep him in place. Blind into Wim. Could ice block it if he wants to. That pet is also going to keep that Rogue in combat. Not going to let him catch an easy restealth at all. Get a shot onto Wim. Could ice block it. No trinket available. Does he have the double heal from the ice blocks? He probably, hopefully does. Didn't have to use a ice block there, so he's going to survive that setup. Valence not able to catch himself a reset. Where's a Torment is going to be up with a cloak shot for Valence. Could catch himself a reset unless Wim hits him with a Blizzard. If he hits him in the right angle, oh, hits him with a Nova too, so he's not going to let this Rogue out. Icy Nova on the side. Lances do make a play. Needs to shatter those Lances. Get a shot. That's going to be the Ice Block. Valence does maybe have a reset at some point. Maybe he'll get himself a good reset. Trying to build some calm points off of Wim, at least just trying to pressure him. It's going to be Kidney Shot trying to come out, maybe? Did he use Kidney Shot early? Did he miss his Kidney Shot? Did he use it into the ice block? You might have. Ray of Frost hitting Valence from a side. Looks like he is going to still take the damage from it. Oh my god, he's so close to dead. One Ice Sense. It's a proc with Fingers of Frost and it's over. Oh, it hits him with that Icy Nova. Looks like the Frost Mage making a play, boys. Does he take down the Seed Pod though? He does take down the Seed Pod. Looks like he did have himself a Flurry proc there. Frost Mage on the come up, dude. Let's go. Wim is going to set up a Blizzard for A-Bomb. If he's going to chase after him, he's going to have to walk through a full Blizzard. A-Bomb is playing that Unholy this time, so it's going to be quite a lot of pets for him to use. Also, can generate resources off of the pet that's going to be hanging out next to A-Bomb. And Wim just trying to make the trek to Wim like climbing a mountain through the snow and the hail. He's just trying to slow down his progress as best as he can, trying to create as many obstacles in his way, and it's going to hit him with a Blizzard while he's hanging around behind the pillar. That's free damage for the Frost Mage, but also a pretty good slow setup onto A-Bomb, controlling the enemy's movement. You don't really have a lot of crazy CC like Breath or crazy mobility like an Archimage with the ulti time 30 seconds, so it's almost mobility but also defensive. So you have to use the slows and the roots to your advantage. Trying to go for Ring of Frost. Does blink away from A-Bomb to avoid getting interrupted. It's going to hit him in the freeze. That's going to be another Blizzard with more shatters. Lots of shatters onto A-Bomb from afar. Looks like he got some really good procs. That's going to be AMS out for A-Bomb. And Wim looking to just walk away from the guy's best. It's also A-Bomb activating some damage here. Going to be getting the Army of the Dead up and running. Wim does have a second Ice Block if he needs to. Drop it down Frozen Orb on all those pets. It is going to hit the DK a little. Does hit him and interrupt onto a Frost spell. Still big Lances are firing off. Massive shatters on those things. The Fingers of Frost procs are huge. That's going to be maybe a few more Ice Lances needed as he is rooted. Trying to go for a Lichborn self-heal. Wim caught himself at about half his health. Still has a second Ice Block if he needs to. Is he going to even have to activate Cold Snap? He might just have to wait until maybe a second Ice Block is available. Then Ice and Nova is going to keep hitting him CC'd. The Grippy Hand comes out. Should keep Wim nearby unless he can maybe outrange it. Does keep getting gripped in. That's going to be maybe a next pet getting summoned up. Full set of shields are back up. And A-Bomb got himself fully necrotic out in health. Can't really do much at this point. Does get interrupt on the Shadow from Wim. So it's Frost Spells free cast. That's going to be Flesh Cap while inside of the AMZ. But it's still Wim just blasting with Frostbolts, looking for those procs of shatters. Gonna be A-Bomb actually sacrificing his pet for a massive heal. Needs to get a full new pet available. With a Orb of Frost, the Frozen Orb is doing quite a bit of damage. Wim does have ulti time. Is going to be able to recover health, and the shields are back up. He needs to kite A-Bomb through all the sleet and the snow and the rain. in order to deal with him. AMS is out for Abram for a bit, does have immunity for a moment, trying to make some damage happen. Going to be another army of dead as a doorway of shadows is available for Wim with Mirror's Atonement onto A-Bomb. Is eventually going to get him rooted, but also silenced, which does remove some of the deathless ability. Cold Snap does get snapped up. That's going to be a second Ice Block. A-Bomb is going to be in a position where he can't really do much. He does have Mirrors doing damage to him if he does any damage back. Big! Oh, nice Ice Nova off of that flurry combo. Well, that's pretty good for Wim, but next comes another competitor. And it's going to be your boy Chrysler. He put the mask on, boys. I feel like Chrysler needs to... I feel like that's part of his character now, dude. The helm is just so Chrysler at this point, in my opinion. Yeah, like he can literally wear whatever mock he wants to, but that helm, I think, is so part of the character at this point. Like, who... When you think of Chrysler, there's no way you don't think of that Legion helmet, dude. It fits like that skull mask, those green, glowy, like spider-like eyes just... kind of emanating from the holes. The cowl with the spikes on the head is just so iconic to that man right here. Wim actually tried to throw some frostbolts at the pet that is going to be building him icicles, and that's going to build him that flurry procs too. So you could use those flurry procs on Chrysler with a bunch of instances, or you could use those flurry procs on the pet if he wants to. But that is icicles getting built up for him. Gonna have a flurry proc available for Chrysler. Ice Snow right after doesn't trap them on fire. Gonna be that Mortal Coil and a Chaos Bolt out of Chrysler, trying to make that Chaos Bolt work, but looks like it's gonna be Wim blinking away before the Chaos Bolt connects. Is gonna drop down Infernal on one side, Cataclysm with that stun, and Wim is gonna be warm over there, melting his icy heart. If Chrysler can somehow use his pet to dispel the Alter Time, then Wim is actually gonna lose a lot of health here. Does he dispel it? I think he actually might have gotten the dispel. He did get the dispel. Oh no! Wim didn't have the absorbs, the shields. The pet does have an ability to dispel, remove, purge a buff from the enemy, right? So the Fel Puppy can do that. He can interrupt, but also removes a buff, which is pretty good against the Feral because you're not going to use Succubus because you can't use Succubus EC on a cat because apparently you can't seduce, well, you actually shouldn't seduce animals to begin with. That sounds really bad. That sounds really bad when I said that. Encore is going to be up next. But yeah, seduction can be used on the pets. Let's move on that topic. Actually, move on. Chrysler going to be up next versus Encores. A Frost Death Knight, I'm looking at it, because every time I see him as a Necrolord, I keep thinking Unholy. But even Frost loves that Necrolord. But there goes Seduction onto Encores with a Mortal Coil immediately, right after stunning him. And actually going to be IBF coming out for Encores. Pretty big defensive. Actually, that's a Pillar of Frost rolling right now, as though he's not going to be able to use much damage with that Pillar of Frost. Looks like he's going to separate Pillar of Frost and Burst for later. Probably going to use the Helping Grippy Hand for another time. Or maybe it's one of those Frost Death Knights that will use the Runic Power, or Runic Power weapon, empowering his weapon maybe for the resources running out of that AMZ. That Caswell slaps him for so much and cries, it just takes him out so easily. Anaheim going to be up next as a Demon Hunter. Is he going to go for a setup as well? He leapt in like he's going for a big setup. I-Beam is getting used here. Does play Demonic, looks like. He's not playing Momentum. He's not going for that big one-shotty setup. But he still might have himself a play either way. Leap in next to Chrysler. Does he have an interrupt? Looks like he does not. Big Han came out onto Chrysler, but looks like he's going to get himself a massive heal off of it. Fear onto Anaheim, trying to cook up a Chaos Bolt into Cataclysm. Big damage out of both of them. Anaheim finds himself at about half health. That's not a real darkness. That is his legendary darkness, dropping a second free darkness when you drop low in health. It's a free darkness on its own. Stun onto Chrysler. Anaheim trying to make some damage happen here. It's going to be burst up, I believe, by Anaheim, actually. Chrysler hits him with a Chaos Bolt, does a lot of damage. And that's going to be over. Chrysler imprisoned. But, oh, God, what is happening with his neck? His neck is broken all kinds of ways. Going to be a stun by Snow Haze. As he's playing, is that Night Fae? Was he playing Night Fae just now? Or am I wrong about that? Did he have the... Does he have the fairies? Oh, you would think you'd see the fairies. Maybe it's not Night Fae. It looked like there was a bit of extra shimmer to it that was kind of blue. That made me think it's a Night Fae, but maybe they just avoid eruption. What covenant is this man actually? Is he Necrolord? Is he Ventier? Most likely Ventier. Does get the interrupt on the shadow for Snow Haze. Does get himself shields because that is holy. Mind Gibbs does come out. And Chrysler needs to find a way to deal with Mind Gibbs. Probably just gonna have to blast through Snow Haze. Blast through all that heal for that guy. and give him as much damage as possible. So there is a Ventir Shadow Priest taking a lot of damage from that Infernal, actually. A 29% dampener. That thing is keeping him lit, fam. I mean, he's trying to see if he can heal up and try to survive. Kreiser, how's he doing over there? Gonna be Shadow Fury Reflector for Kreiser. Silence and No Fear onto Snow Haze, trying to make the Chaos Bolts clap. Big damage out of the Chaos Bolt. The Snow Haze going for that Disperse reset. Completely trying to see if he can get himself a complete reset. What's up, Jimbo? How you doing, man? What's up, my dude? Kreiser pushing in with not a lot of health left. Snow Haze could get himself a nice setup. Is that Haze? Is that Haze, the DKDH? Is that the man, the boy? Because it's going to be Cataclysm around the Horde. Snow Haze doesn't really have a lot of defense except for Greater Fade. And Kreiser caught up on a lot of health there with a Mortal Coil and a bit of Drain Life. I guess maybe Warlock Hellstone came back too. It's going to be a casted duel, and Snow Haze is behind. Kreiser hitting him with those kind of flags, punish him for being away from the pillar. Tried to Shadow Fury around the corner. Does land the Shadow Fury. Does not have the Cataclysm, but the Rain of Fire just keeps the pressure rolling. Snow Haze turning around, trying to hit the pet. Kreiser is actually pulling pet back for a second, getting interrupted, pushing in aggressive. Might be able to make the play. One flag is all he needed, just snapped him out of existence. With Lamar, my man, up next is an Enhancement Shaman. Last one on team 2. 11 minutes into the duel, 37% dampener. The Enhancement Shaman definitely has a chance here. Definitely, I feel like has a play. I guess the Warlock, who does some ability, does some defensives, but no Infernal for a while. So you could maybe make a play without an Infernal. Getting the Ghost Rules up and running, as well as the Earth Elemental pretty early. Try to go for a bit of a re-heal since there's a 39% dampening hit. May try to make sure that he's fully healed up. Shrink it in to interrupt that Chaos Bolt. Actually should have the freedom to blast at Kreiser. Gonna be a little bit of a counter-strike totem. Chaos Bolt flying, and I think it's gonna maybe try counter-strike. Looks like Kreiser taking down the counter-strike totem. But is coming out for Lamar. Kreiser doesn't go for a big for Lamar. Needs a little bit of line of sight just to make the big plays. The wind strikes are hurting. That's a wind damage onto Kreiser. That's way too windy. The full-on blown hurricane is on the way, as Lamar did have massive damage with Ascendance. Really did punch in through the damage of Kreiser. Tried to go for a stun into Lamar. He bailed out of it for a second. Threw a slow onto the Warlock. He can go for a Tremor Totem here too. Kreiser finds himself super low in health. Nice Succubus CC to try to give himself some peel. Mortal Coil coming up very soon, so it's going to be canceled most likely into a Mortal Coil. Does blast into Lamar, and that's going to be an Immolate with Conflags. Conflags doing a bit of damage. Immolate doing a bit of damage altogether. 44% dampener in those boys. Kreiser does not really have a lot of ways to recover. Does have Infernal coming back very soon, so Lamar better go quick before the Mortal Coil is up, before the Spam Furies are up. Try to see if he can turn the attention onto the Succubus. Might be able to take it out, actually. At this high dampening, I mean, it looks like unless Kreiser wants to go summoning a new one, there's not much he can really do. Does he take out Succubus? No, he didn't. Or maybe he did resummon a new one. He's dropping down Infernal. Lamar needs to do everything he can to survive here. Needs to, I think, either go for max damage or max defensive. You got to make a choice and commit to it. It looks like he's looking for a bit of aggression here. Bloodlust is available. Trying to make some plays here. Mortal Coil flying out. Does he have a grounding totem? He does not play grounding totem. Chaos Bolt does hit him. Shadow Fury around the corner. Wait, did a Chaos Bolt actually connect? I'm actually wondering if Chaos Bolt even connected. Lamar does get himself a bit of healing, even with 50% dampening. The Enhanced Shaman healing is quite good. Does create some line of sight in order to get himself a healer too. Kreiser trying to go the round, long corners, long turns, try to see if he can catch some line of sight of Lamar. Infernal is down. Lamar could maybe catch up. He does have a lot of mana. He still has plenty of mana to work with. Ghost Rules are up too, so it's going to give you Maelstrom as well. But Kreiser does get himself in a good position, sitting about half health. Does have some coolness going back, so it's going to be offensives. It's going to be CC. A lot of that stuff is going to be making a comeback very soon. And Lamar might be able to get some Maelstrom ahead of time with that Succubus. That Succubus is going to throw him into slows constantly though, so it's going to be pretty rough. Cataclysm doesn't go for it. Is he still going to channel it? Looks like the Cataclysm does arrive. And Lamar trying to make sure he's okay. Kreiser actually sneaking up behind him with a port. Gonna be a trigger for Lamar. Trying to make some damage happen. Kreiser does so. Big damage available. Oh no, that's just so much dampening. And Kreiser just leveraging all that damage at 5-0. I didn't even realize Kreiser went for a 5-0, boys. 5-0. What was that? Man. Jesus. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That was a lot. I didn't realize it was 1v5, dude. I didn't realize it was 1v5. As soon as you put the mask on, dude, it went back to normal. Back to Kreiser dominating. What can you say? Okay, well, it was Jesus, I think, on Ward. No, was that Brizaz? And no, Brizaz didn't get to play, did he? I think it was Jesus and okay, Brizaz. Yo, that was such a long duel. Sniffler with the 2 F, 2 R's. Okay, we're good. Sniff and Brizaz next, boys. Thank you very much for the game, yo, boys. You're more welcome. Always welcome to join, man. Always welcome to join him. I just got my Keystone Master. Really happy at the moment. Nice. Congrats on your KSM, Jimbo. Help me out here. Tell me when to do custom arenas. Me and my friend wanted to 2v2 each other. How to do the custom arenas, like in the war game / war game space BattleNet name. That's all you gotta do. Breezaz and Sniff, we're trying to get you guys in the next. Wait, did Breezaz play just now? Hold on. Oh, there's 2 played already. Wait, no. We actually no. I'm gonna leave. They could, I guess they could still duel each other, but those 2 just played. We gotta get Krager and Bug in here. That's my bad. Kragar and Bug Rika. If Bug Rika isn't here, we'll try to throw someone else in. Das Spectre wasn't able to join the queue. I don't know why. Bug and Kragar, are you guys part of the same group? Or is it because I queued in? It might have been because they just tried to queue in for a game. Yeah. I'm really bad at it, boys. I'm really bad at what I do. I'm really bad at what I do, man. I literally missed it because I didn't see Breezaz play, so I didn't know if it was Breezaz's team. If I don't see Unstoppable play, I don't know if it's his team. So I literally thought it was someone else's team, man. Oh my god. You haven't said it. I know, I'm really bad, dude. Ready? All right, we're gonna try Kragar and Bug. Looks like it did go in the queue. Cool. 12 Veron, and then we got us Batch as well as Belly. Cannibals, I think is a group maybe. Waiting for like 1 hour. Yo, Cherno, do I have you as one of the reality names out here, or do I need to still add you? Do I have you on the screen there, or do I still need to add you? Let me know. Yeah, because no, I didn't try to do it on purpose, boys. I literally didn't explain myself. Come on, dude. Come on. You guys know me, man. My brain don't work so good. Right? I have one job and I can't even do it right, but come on, dude. You know I don't do it on purpose. All of you guys know I don't do it on purpose. Switch. Hopefully Bug's team gets their 5th. But we got ourselves team 1 with Priz Rock Booty. Priz. We're gonna call him Priz. That's a short name. I don't know what that name is supposed to mean. We got ourselves. Oh my god. Oh, you're Torin! A Torin Shadow Priest. I don't see this ever. But we got ourselves Igor. We got ourselves Kragar. We got ourselves Wolf. And we got ourselves Nina. Okay, some of your names are easy. Ford is going to be first up. It looks like the Feral is going to get the opener onto Kragar on Ford's team. We have ourselves one missing, but we got Bug. We got ourselves Tridacotby, Zelika. We are missing one. Ford getting caught in the spear though. Let's go try to see if we can bail out of it. Looks like power shifting gets you out of the root from the spear, and Ford actually finally getting a chance to play because last time he didn't get to. Caught himself a bit of a reheal, caught himself a restealth, and tried to go up against Kragar, who is going to go for a sippy cup by the looks of it. It looks like he is getting the benefits of the sippy cup, or maybe that's a master buff. Actually, that might have been a master buff. That might be the master from Sierra Bastion from the Pelagos, which it really could be. Thorns are up, so Kragar is really careful not to attack Thorns. Really good idea for Warriors not to do so. Does activate Ignore Pain as early as possible for the dot bleeds, and big damage coming out for Kragar with the Recklessness right after him. It looked like he found himself an opportunity and kind of just wanted to hit Ford with a surprise burst out of nowhere, but looks like Ford does have the mobility. Is going to get the stun to Kragar by the time he's out. Well, actually, no, he does get himself one more Raging Blow that does connect him to Ford. That's going to be a big Convoke, and down goes Kragar. It looks like Kragar took a page out of Ford took a page out of Kragar's book to surprise him with burst. It looks like actually Kragar might have tried to interrupt. Maybe that's what he went for, the Convoke. Did he try to interrupt the Convoke, or did he try to pummel before Convoke came out? He might have tried to pummel before Convoke came out, maybe. I really don't know. Maybe that's what happened. Gonna be Wolf up next as a Beastmaster Hunter. Gonna get stumped real quickly by Ford. Feign death for Wolf for a second. Does need to either find a way to separate from Wolf or catch after him. Does go for the... Oh, could he get an interrupt? Does get an interrupt. Actually, could be Ford down for the count. Is running through Resident Era. Could be the kill shot right now. Kill commands and kill shots come out together. Wolf does hunt him down. Is gonna catch himself a feign death for a second with a camo. Beastmaster Hunters are actually real scary, man. They're actually really scary. No, I'm in a group of Sniff. Did we wait 1 hour and you let him play twice? I'm in a group of Sniff. Didn't Sniff just get to play though? Wait, didn't Steve just get to play? Am I wrong about that? I might come back to want to play Venti Rogue. Dude, DC, if you've been on PTR, man, Venti Rogue slap. Like, if you the ability itself of the flagellation looks really cool. The teleport, I mean, it just gives you like the Reaper vibes, 100p. We'll pick it up the eye, trying to see if we can get the pest to attack Zelia first. Zelia does not go for the cheap shot opener. It is gonna go for a reset again onto Wolf. That's gonna be Turtle. As you see Zelia going in for the big all-in Shadow Blades and everything. And that's gonna be Vanish for the Rogue. If Wolf can pick up another set of eyes, he might be able to do something here. Unless he can just flare the Rogue out. The Rogue is skulking nearby. Probably wants to still min max those Shadow Blades. But I don't know if he really can. How you doing, Lamar? How you doing, my man? Yeah, he is, dude. It's hard. It's definitely hard. Yo, my man, yo, Lamar, can we get a hashtag Lamar in chat, boys? Thank you so much for the donut, my man. That's 9 bones on the day. Thank you so much for being super goddamn generous, first of all. Second of all, hope you enjoyed the duels. Chrysler is definitely a boss to fight through. He's been doing these duels for a while, and he plays Destro. He plays Warlock really well, but he plays Destro. That's like his main thing. He played back in BFA. I think of it back in Legion. Like, he was Destro through and through, man. Can we get a hashtag Lamar showing appreciation for one for donor? My man, appreciate you so much, my dude. Appreciate you. Oh, you did bait the intro before Convoke. Okay, I didn't notice. Zelia is actually taking a bit of damage with the stun from the pet. Smoke bomb coming out, but the pet's still already in there. You are in there with the pets. Trying to go for Resonant Arrow. Was it trying to bait out the Resonant Arrow? Because you might have actually been able to do so. Wolf is not going to be able to maximize the value, but Zelia is still just getting taken down by all those pets. Not much you can really do in that situation. That's just a tough spot to be in. Bug Recon is going to be up next. Leg sweep onto Wolf is going to go for Feign Death for a second. Does get a freezing trap onto Bugrika. Looking to disconnect away from him. Trinket available for Bugrika. Wolf does have himself a self-heal, but he doesn't have a lot left really here, unless he has maybe a pet stun. What happened to... Oh, yeah, there's his pets. I was thinking what happened to his pets, but they do morph into one there for a second. Fist of Fear of Flying does have Feign Death in order to deal with some of that damage. Bugrika turn attention onto the pets for a second with a Feign Death, it looked like. And Wolf does go for a bit of a self-heal. I think he's waiting for another freezing trap too. Oh, Bugrika does get a nice setup there. Massive, massive damage just kind of out of nowhere hits him. Put down a Ring of Peace in case somebody's chasing after him, I guess. Oh, no. And Igor is going to be up next. Boys. BHR just got an update. Did they add anything new there? Let me check. I think it's them trying to... Henry Panther, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Yo, big up on the BM Hunter. Yo, you're gonna get a hashtag Henry in chat, boys. Show appreciation for following from Dono, my man. Henry Panther, my man. Thank you so much, my dude, for them 10 bones. Yo, Beastmaster Hunter's actually looking really good. That's gonna be Igor just wiping out Bug right now, as we just thanked a man, a beautiful, beautiful man, for a donor, and Igor just took him out immediately. Shadow Priest with that big burst once he gets someone low. Big execute, big mind game just collapsing together all at once. Is massive. Can we get a hashtag Henry and Chat Boys show appreciation for one for donor, my man? Thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate you, very generous of you. Yeah, Beastmaster Hunters are actually looking really solid. They have really good damage. And apparently there even might even become a meta at some point, because they apparently have the most consistent damage in PvP for people. Apparently insane. Amount KS damage increased to 500 was really... Oh no. Oh no. Pocket, they did not. It's gonna be a big old whirling dragon punch, but try to kite me on to Igor. It looks like, boys, as we're doing this duel, there've been some updates for PTR, and apparently there's some big things that could be coming out of there. We'll check it in just a moment. Maybe we'll make a separate video on it. Sounds to try to kite me. As Igor trying to make the damage happen. Fear on to try to cover after. Trinket cell available for that monk if needed. Karma also available is also if he needs it. He's going to try to get himself as many shields as possible. Greater Fate for Igor is available. He's probably going to have to go for a Vampiric Embrace, because he's going to need some healing. In cap on him. Try to maybe try to see if he can one-shot Igor at low health, unless Igor has any kind of CC to follow up. Still trying to make that mind games work, but looks like maybe Lexip should take him out right here. Dutch Death comes out, and down he goes. Trying to copy. Did avoid the mind games or the mind control as best as he could. It looks like he did kind of okay, actually. Looks like he didn't do bad at all. Priest is going to be up next as a enhancement shaman. For some reason I want to say elemental shaman, because I'm so used to seeing elementals in here, but I love the enhancements while available for Priest. As he's trying to go for a bloodlust, trying to get the stun totem onto Tri, but Tri kind of went for a drive-by. Didn't really commit any attention onto Priest. He did burn Bloodlust, he didn't burn Wolfswolves, he still has Ascendance if he needs to. So Shaman's one of the things that I've seen is sometimes they combine all the cooldowns together for a big burst, or sometimes they're separated if they're expecting more of like a sustained base gameplay. Hexen trying to purge all the buffs off him. And Priest, I think maybe he's just waiting for a nice setup here. Does hit him with a Sunder, but looks like he wants to kind of range, try to copy. He doesn't really want to get in melee. He's expecting the big leg sweep, big damage, striking it out of the leg immediately as the image is coming out. Ascendance is available. That's going to be maybe big damage, trying to make a chain harvest happen. Try taking him out, didn't even go for a karma. Try was just so confident. If that was a chain harvest with full maelstrom, that probably could have one-shot him. He saw him trying to cast it. If I was a monk, I would have immediately pressed karma just in case things were going to go south. But I guess he felt super confident. He thought, you know, I can maybe get him low enough. Maybe I have the biggest cooldowns ever. A fat crit, and that's all he really needed. Nina going to be up next as a Shadowlands versus Try. Hit him with a stun. Try does have a chicken if needed. Mind Games does dispel it back onto Nina and should be able to be reverse some of the damage. Silence coming out, but it does not stop the karma. Is he going to just try to see if he can blast through the karma? It looks like he was trying to. And looks to try to cut me thought the enemy is actually pretty serious. I better treat him like a real opponent. I'm seeing him. He's blasted through a karma. He's actually thinking of going offensive. I'm just going to bail out. That karma is only going to do so much for me. He does play good karma because he does play good karma, right? He doesn't play ring because I don't think I've seen him play ring. I know one of the monks plays ring. Chicken for Nina with a greater fate, tried to bail away from Try. Try is just going to roll right in. Not a lot of defensive level for Try. Sounds a Chicken. Zuen has a lot of pressure right now. Nina does have a defensive though. Trinket coming out of Try out of that stun. Is he going to be able to get that interrupt? Looks like he hasn't gone for Spear Hand Strike just yet. Holding on to his interrupt until the very last moment. Nina trying to get as much heal as he can. Try looking maybe for bailing out behind the pillar. Looks like he's going to back out. Catching up on as many vivifies as he can at 26% dampening. As we hit on that 9-minute mark here, boys. Nina only has what looks like a Shadow Fiend, but even that, I'm not even sure if I can trust that cooldown. But looks like Nina has a Greater Fate coming up very soon. Void Bolts, Void Form coming out very soon. Maybe PI in 43 seconds, but Try to copy being a monk that he is, could finish it. It looks like Try is actually going to back up or wait for that karma. It's only 14 seconds off before that's coming out. This is going to create a bit of a high gameplay, but if he's going to have to engage with Nina, he's going to play on his terms with the in-caps, trying to delay the game as best as possible. Nina does get himself a good setup. Mind Games on to Try. Karma available very soon. Does go for a big sippy cup. That's going to give him wall and can go for a karma if things ever go bad. Reversing the dots back to Nina as well as the effects. So you'll be able to delay that karma for a little bit later. Greater Fate for Nina is going to go for a micro onto Kaikbi. I mean, I don't know if he hit him with the... He did hit him with the fear by the looks of it, because that was the yard. Nina going for the Goblin Jetpack, trying to bail away. Lexup does catch him in place. No way to really get out of here. That's going to be free damage for Try right now. Karma available if he needs to. Big touch of death, and down he goes. Oh my goodness. That was a rough one. Try, though, was not going to give it up. He was not going to give up the spot at all to anybody. To nobody. There it is, man. They wore one man down too, but Try is one-man army, man. Do they even need 5 people? Not really. Imagine that whole team with 5. Alright, we gotta get Botch. We gotta get Belly in here, dude. Botch and Belly haven't played each other. Mal, I don't know if he got to play yet. I don't know if Cannibals has a group. I think Sniff. I think the guy from Sniff's group really want to play again. We could maybe get them in here. Maybe against Warthog. I don't know if him and Warthog did play each other. I'm trying to make as many of these duels happen here, boys. Okay, let's not think too hard. Let's just go with the plan we had. Let's go for Belly and Batch. And if Belly or Batch aren't here, we can move on to somebody else. All the people that are here, try to make as much of a variety happen. You have no target. Oh, because Batch, I put a Z in there. Where did I put the Z? Don't ask. Don't ask, don't tell. Same level range. Is Batch gone? Is he leveling? I think he is, actually. No, we're going to chill, let them play. Yo, Cherno, I'm trying to get you guys in here as best as I can. Krager and Botch also been waiting. They're literally get to play once. I don't know if Botch is here, but it looks like Botch might not be here. So we could get Mal in here, which is Belly. Let's try again. But isn't able to join the queue. Let's see if Botch is around, actually. Botch here. Let me see if he's around. Botch is not around. So we're going to go Mal. So the Cannibals... So Mal's playing Belly then. And then we can go... Jesus gotta play somebody. Belly's in my group mate. So Belly doesn't actually have a group. Okay. So the Mal... Let's do Mal versus Sniff, because Sniff's group really wants to play. And we could do Breezaz, and then Bugrika and Cracker. Yeah, we'll do it like that. We'll do a Sniff. Get him in here, because there's a lot of people that haven't got to play before. I'm just just watching you. Sounds good, sounds good. Hope you're having a good Q sesh. Here we go. That works, I think. Mal and Sniff. It's been sent. We're in. Here we go. Breezaz group here. We didn't get a movie as well, dude. We did first game, it's been a while. Breezaz or Breezaz? With a B? Like, are you talking on Softball group or a guy named Breezaz? Because I think actually that might be a guy named Breezaz. I'm really bad with names. Really, really bad. What's up, David? Header, my man. Hope you're having a good one, dude. Mal, yeah, I'm getting Mal in here immediately. Getting Mal in here right now. I think Mal's team is one. Bugrika's team. Bugrika just gotta play. Bugrika's on every team, it looks like. Looks like this man is like switching around and he's going from team to team. He's just in every single team in the game, ever. It's kind of nutty. He's trying to play as much as he can. His opposite team's left and right. Yo, who's going next? You get me in there, fam. Get me in there, man. Actually, no, that's part of the Sniff's team, isn't it? So Twitch. Hopefully they get the 5th, though. We got ourselves, though, a Copyfin on team 1. Well, on that team, we also got ourselves Big VP. It's like Big VP? Or PvP, but Big VP. Sniff, we got ourselves also Lex, we got ourselves also Salazar as a Subtle Rogue. We got ourselves Ford going to be going first. On that team, we got ourselves Bug, we got ourselves Denny, we got ourselves Talion, and they're still missing one, but hopefully they get the 5th. It looks like Big is going to be first up, the big man himself, as a Draenei Paladin with a Mog. Yo, looking good. Look, oh my god, big damage on a Ford though. Big is gonna have to pop that safety bubble, trying to see if he can reverse the damage back into Ford. It's gonna catch him out of form with some damage, not going in for wings just yet. So it looks like Ford is hanging in there just fine. He's playing that incarnation, so he's gonna be playing a slightly different build. But I think Ford is a Night Fae, if I'm not wrong. Big wings available for Big with Seraphim, and Ford is just out of there. Is it gonna maybe incarnate stealth? He just tried to stay mobile, dude. Just tried to win a second. Jumps back up on the platform with a quick, swift rig growth. He's just got the moves. Look at this feral go. Big struggling to catch him, but he should be able to get him in that consecration. Almost got him out. Tricking it over for big damage out of Fort though. A Big is going for that massive heal. Trying to get a bit of a reset there. Hodge onto a Fort. And Big got himself Shield of Vengeance available. That's gonna pop. So it's gonna be Cycle trying to come out. 4-4. Big comeback available. Doesn't have an interrupt. Oh my goodness. Ford baits interrupts out of all these guys and then goes for a convoke with not a lot of stops. No Hodge, nothing. The bait is real. Masterfully baited. Lex is gonna be up next. As a Fire Mage. Oh, Fort actually went in Incarnation and re-stealthed immediately, trying not to let the mage get any kind of setup. Did he go for human racial? I think there was a human racial use. It looks like if you actually run away far enough, you can actually jump through the ring. He actually will jump through the hoops. Actually, he's trying not to let him catch a resell. Going to be a Bear Form with Wall of Will for Port as Legs goes in for a big damage with that combustion. Going to be a quick bash by Fort with all the time available. Lex is going to use that Ford from ability, try to catch, or Lex is going to use that all the time from ability, try to catch up to the Druid. It's going to be playing the Night Face, so the cooldown reduction is real for Lex. Ford, I think, is just going to have to wait until the next big convoke or something, or he's going to have to go for them big bites, because they did do quite a bit of damage to the big man, the big Pala man. If Ford can even catch a restyle, those images are pretty aggressive again on this Frostbolt's in on him. So I don't know if he'll be able to do so. Trying to make a regrowth happen. I think he does dip it himself for a second. Ring of Frost is going to put him in a bad spot. Does he go for a trinket at this juncture? G-Pi could be really bad, but at least he doesn't have combustion. He's going to try to hit him with a Frostbolt and a Pyro right after. Ford is going to take a bit of damage, but he's going to, I believe, have himself the emergency heal up. I think there's going to be emergency frenzy regen there, unless that was just Swiftman and Rejuve, which might have been just Swiftman and Rejuve. But most druids end up running that conduit, defensive conduit, endurance conduit, where when you drop below like 50% health, you get a stack of iron skin, I think, and frenzy regen used immediately, but like on a 2-minute cooldown or something, or 1.5, 1.3, somewhere in that ballpark. It's really hard to tell exactly how much it is, because I do need to get all my druids first, because that'll be really good when I do get it. But right now my druid is really squishy because he doesn't have it. For trying to get himself a setup, big bites coming out. It is burning through the shields of the mage. And that's going to be Roots for Roots. Ring of Frost coming out. Ford pops out of form immediately as soon as he can. As Lex tries to see if he can snag him in the polymer, does not catch him. That's going to be Ford catch himself a bit of a reset with a bleed set up onto Lex. Missing that breath, and Ford is now brazenly just going in there, getting more bleeds onto Legs. The shields are going to hold on to that health bar for a little bit longer, and then it's going to give him some recovery from those dots. And Ford jumping right in, trying to make sure the mage does not get himself proper resets, breathing onto the feral, breathing hot air right on his face, disorient him, and that's going to be Kowalski.
I want to see Arms Warriors go first in 5v5.
Well, maybe we might be able to see Arms Warriors go first. Kowalski, can we get a hashtag? Kowalski in chat showing appreciation for Wolf Vidona, my man. 5 big EU bones, thank you so much, my dude. 5 big EU bones, thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate ya. Yeah, with Dalaran, if you were to go off first without dampening, that would probably be a whole nother game, wouldn't it, man? Yo, can we get a hashtag Kowalski, boys? Appreciate you so much, my man. Oh my god, Kowalski status report. Kowalski, whenever I remember when Kowalski first popped in the streams, it was that the penguins from Madagascar meme. Kowalski status report is the first thing I thought of when I saw Kowalski in the chat. That's all I think about every single time, dude. Gonna be breath again onto Ford. He doesn't have a trigger this time. Does get a roar before the setup is there. Lex, I don't know if he's gonna be able to get a full G-Pie. I think it's gonna be a skull bash. Hondo P doesn't even go for a skull bash. I don't know if he had a skull bash. Looks like he didn't. Looks he actually didn't have that interrupt available. So Lex actually got himself a nice G-Pie either way. There goes the skull bash for the fire damage, and Ford got himself incarnation. Should be lots and lots of damage. Just trying to make those bites happen. Just doesn't have the energy to really make it all happen. That's a bigger energy pull though. So maybe that's helping him out a little bit. Does to himself Tiger's Lust, Tiger's Fury is going to be all the time. Does not get juked by Lex. Is going to maim him with a Convoke right after, but does have an interrupt. The Convoke didn't really do the damage he wanted. War for the Ring of Frost. It looks like those bites are still going through. Does interrupt him on fire. Ford could actually have Lex in a really bad situation. The Blitz could be bad. Yet another bite comes out. Just trying to make as much damage happen here. Lex does still have Icebox as well as Cauterize. Is he going to use both or just one? Icebox has no health, but he's going to get himself recovery there. Oh my goodness.
Thanks for your amazing content. See you next Friday, boy.
And Heim, thank you so much for the dono. 5 bones, 596 on the day. Thank you so much, my man. Can we get a hashtag and Heim? Thanks for the amazing content. See you next Friday. You'll see you next Friday, my man. Tomorrow we got an EU and US duels if you guys want to watch those, but if you want to participate Friday, those are EU. We got so many good EU games, man. This is so fun. Thank you so much for popping in, man. Yo, can we get a hashtag Anaheim for that beautiful donut, my man? Thanks so much, dude, for being generous. I really do appreciate you guys. Big G-Pie cooking up for it. Does have a chicken to see we use it here. He does use it with a skull bash. Trying to see if he can juke out Legs. Legs does have all the time. Man, these mages are tanky, even though they nerfed that shield. Lego, but that's going to be full combustion. Meteor coming down. Going to be thorns available for Ford. Legs can actually steal those thorns. He does. Ford actually can't hit into his own thorns. With combustion, those swings are probably going to crit 100% of the time. And Ford is going to take a bit of damage with the fire blast back to back as he gets chased from into the pillar, trying to go for a bit of a reset with those regrowths. That's going to be some images. Casting Frostbolts into Ford. Not much you can really do in that situation. And Lex trying to see if he can get a better angle onto Ford. Does go for that interrupt. And Ford going to get hit with a breath. Ring of Frost available right after. And Lex is still looking for some big damage here, but it hasn't been able to make the finishing blow happen just yet. Ford still have a lot of mobility and survivability to kind of stave off the end. But we're also still missing a 4th person on the team too. So it looks like they are basically having like the one-man army. Ford again goes in for a Convoke. That is going to be a blink for Lex getting out of that stun. Convoke did not get the big play that he wanted to with a mage. They're a little bit more slippery. They really are slippery. But so are Ferals in a way. I guess with mages, like once you're out of mobility, you kind of want the Feral to reset, really. You go over there, don't fight me. As Lex tries to sit down for some food, Ford is back on top of him. Is going to interrupt him on shifting power. It's going to be a Nova. Roar right after. Lex finds himself super low, trying to see if he can get a Cyclone on him. Is not going to get an interrupt onto Ford. Trying to make that Ring of Frost happen. Looks like the Ring of Frost is actually keeping Lex pretty safe in there. Catches him landing aside while in big bear form, just waiting over there. Does get himself a regrowth or two. That's going to be a reset with Ford going for that incarnation re-stealth. Lex, I believe, is playing a normal blink actually, so no wonder he gets out of those stuns pretty easily. It's going to be more setups into an interrupt on. Big interrupt on that fire. Big cauterize coming out. Does not have the iceberg for this one. Needs to do as much damage as he can or find himself a little bit of food. But Ford is not going to let him go anywhere. Moonfire just to keep him in combat. Combustion coming out with Amicia. It looks like the Pharaoh's going to bail out. It looks like Lex trying to make some fire blast happen. Ford just fighting through the fire. He's just trying to see if he can fight through wildfire. Trinkets out of the fire breath, actually. And that's going to be the bite taking Lex out. There's no way he does not take down the seed pod at this point, right? The big bite there. There's no way he doesn't. There's just no way you don't do that. Sniff going to be up next as a arms warrior. Are we seeing a Night Fae here? Or are we seeing Kyrian? He is also playing Relentless, so those stuns from Fort. Only Bash is going to be the only stun that really lasts long. There's going to be immediate human racial coming out here. Spirit Basher coming out. Ford is going to hit with a lot of abilities here. Bear Form when Wall comes out. There's going to be a lot of self-heals with Thorns up. So it actually looks like he's trying to turn Sniff, who's trying to kind of put him in one spot and not let him go anywhere. He's trying to basically be like, you know, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped here with me. Bear Form, Wall, Thorns. Good luck hurting yourself, you know? But Sniff is trying to see if he can find a better angle here. Charges to Ford. Does intercept him for a second. Is playing Stormbolt, so he's not going to have that crazy mobility of double charges. But the leaps are going to be still pretty big. Stunning Ford, but doesn't really catch up to him as easily. Cyclone trying to come out. Does have Reflect available really early on. Convoke the Spirits coming out. No interrupt available for Sniff. Does have a Fear as he drops super low. That's going to be a big heal. And I think it's a Sippy Cup 2 from the Kyrian as well. I might have seen it. Ford trying to get himself another bite set up onto Sniff. Could be huge. Does get hit with the disarm. Not much you can really do to stop the Pharaoh's damage. It looks like it's going to be Moonfire as the commanding shout wears off. Not much you can do in that situation. Ford just going through this team quite handily. I think he's actually went through everybody here. Pally, Mage, now the Warrior. So this man is literally one-man army. I mean, trying to copy was a one-man army. So I guess Ford is now able to shine if he's getting the right classes that he can play against. Stunning Copy before Copy can get himself a nice setup. Is going to get hit by the slow totem around the corner. The Ghost Wolves are on him. Now Copy needs to go for like a really biggie setup here. Ford does not have a trinket, no wall. Bark Skin most likely going to be available. Can dispel Thorns. Is going to try to see if he can purge the Thorns. Wall available for Copy. His Copy cell is not really that good right now. Try to use whatever mobility he can. Panda Race that comes out. Stun right next to Ford. Does he go for a big setup? There's going to maybe be a big Ascendance. That's going to be a trinket from Ford. Trying to see if he can disconnect away from him. It's going to be a massive chain harvest and a zap from Copy. Not even Ascendance. Didn't even need it. Danny going to be up next. Danny DeVito. Up next is a Shadow Priest trying to make some damage happen versus Copy. Greater Fate available. Looking for maybe Fear onto Copy. Does he drop a Tremor? He does not drop a Tremor. He dropped down a Heal Totem. Ground Totem is up for any of the Danny's damage for a few casts. Going to be an interrupt on the Shadow as Copy might need to look for his own self-healing in the future. 38% dampening, so he's going to be in a really tough spot. Danny could do quite a lot of self-healing coming in with full defenses here. Door Shadows available for Copy. Actually, try to see maybe if you use the Doorway Shadows to disrupt and CC Danny. Is that what he's trying to do? If he's playing the Najee, he most likely has a destroying effect with it. Interrupting Danny could be pretty bad for Shadow Priest. Find himself kind of low. Maybe disperse. Disperse comes out on that Sunder. So Copy is going to go for a Hex on a Danny. Danny's still going to get a little bit of healing, but he's not going to be able to respond to Copy as easily. Does allow Copy to recover with that Maelstrom and the mana that he has. A little bit of self-heal, but he's doing pretty good so far. Short interrupts are going to make it so hard for Danny to recover. Stun onto Copy. Only a shield available. Trying to go for Shadow Men's whatever he can. Void Torrent as a big ability, but looks like Copy has him on the ropes. I think it's going to be done and done here. Copy does not need cast in order to make some of his damage happen. I mean, a good portion is like, you know, Chain Harvest, Lightning Bolts is all quite a bit of damage. But he can Storm Strike and Lava Lash, which is going to be quite a bit of damage without the need of a cast. But now he's disarmed, he's going to have to switch up. Like half his damage is in cast, half his damage is in melee. So really disarming no silence of this guy, like, it only limits half your toolkit. Dalaran trying to make a big play here. That's going to be a sentence. Actually has Reflect for a big parry available. Dalaran does he go for an Ancient Aftershock? Has Copy super low. I think he's just trying to see if he can burn the Executes and maybe use Ancient Aftershock into the next target later. Does land the Execute onto Copy, expecting the Rogue to come in any moment. Does he have a trinket? He does trinket this. It looks like he's going to go maybe Ancient Aftershock. Kiddo shot by the Rogue. This is going to be DR'd. Dalaran does not have a Fear anymore, but he's going to go for a Blade Storm. Got some damage on the Rogue, and Dalaran is going to need to go for a heal himself at some point. Double Leap. Does he catch up to Celsius? He does catch up. He was playing Impending Victory. That could give him a bit of a heal too. Celsius kind of finds himself super low. That's going to maybe Execus does go for a Vanish. Evasion and Cloak of Shadows have been used both. First aid available for Telrion. No longer has a trinket. So Celsius could really go for a big setup. Does go for Zerker's Rage. Maybe go pick up the eye. I think you have to play aggressive. You have to pick up the eye. You have to take the 5% damage increase, I think, against the Rogue. You have to be able to find a way to get an opener. Because if the Rogue is going in with Shadow Blades, you better have a free Rallying Cry available. I would imagine that's the only way you really beat the Rogue at this point. Unless Dalaran had himself second wind, which it doesn't look like he does because he's not getting the heal, but also you can also see defensive stance. You can only pick one, second wind or defensive stance. Salazar skulking around the shadow. Dalaran getting hit with a cheap shot. Not much you can really do there unless Salazar ends it. Dalaran could maybe respond. Potentially. Oh no. Only so much you can do. And Bug Rika, last one left. The Monk versus Salazar. Bug Rika playing the same setup as before. When he goes low in health, he's actually going to stun back the enemy. So even if Salazar goes in for full burst, he's going to get hit with a stun himself, which is going to be pretty harsh for him. So Bug Rika, I think, has himself a pretty good setup. So especially since Salazar doesn't have defensives anymore, but he could just make this game last longer with no eyes available. It's going to be not up for, I think, 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half. So Salazar could get a lot of recovery in that time. And if those eyes are not up for a minute, I mean, he's getting every defensive available. So, I mean, this late into the duel, 15 minute, getting close to that 15-minute mark, 58% dampener. He really just could make this game go long. I know you guys hate these kind of games, but if he's going for the win, he might just need to do that. Oh, no. Yeah, gear makes a pretty big difference, man. 41-5, bro. Yeah, he's pretty good. Server shot down PTR realms that are hoping big changes. Oh, okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I guess we're going to wait if Wowhead has anything released there. It's gonna be interesting, man. Excited about the Poggy. Yeah, he's just getting wolf cooldowns, man. What's up, Backrow? Say to him, man. Man, happy you're good. What's up, Soren? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. It's gonna be a cheap shot onto Bug as Salazar going in for big damage. He's gonna get stunned back as he goes low. Does get the backslash stun with the Mechanicos Soulbind. Salazar is looking for that reset. Looking just to see if he can run away from Bug Rika. And Bug is going to try to see if he can set up a leg sweep. There's going to be immediate trinket and advantage by the Rogue. Do the images still get him out? Looks like he got AoE'd out. Blind onto Bug Rika. Trinket's out of it. He doesn't have any more outs. Evasion available for Salazar, but he puts his back to those images. And the Rising Sun kick in his back just doesn't do what he needs it to do. No! That was rough. That was a rough game, dude. Waited all that time, man, but yeah, that's rough. Do you do last game? Or what do you mean? Do you do last? Like, was that last game or what? What's up, Valor? How you doing, my guy? How's it going? What's up, JS? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Ready, the cheater player. Wait, what? Who's the cheater player? Ready again, the cheater player. What do you mean? Is that a joke? You? How is that cheating? How are you cheating? Is that the stunt thing? Is that you mean cheating? You ready? We gotta get Breezes, and at some point we play only start the stream. We haven't played again, so play man. Play ready. All right, let's do at least one more, dudes. Let's do at least one more. Paladins. No, the final verdict is getting buffed. Final verdict. No, the legend or last verdict is final verdict ability. Nah, Kyrian is getting nerfed for single target. Better for AoE. Mark ready to go. Okay, I need to remember who got to play, who didn't get to play. Mal and Sniff got to play. I think it was going to be Brizaz and Ward that was supposed to play, right? Brizaz and Ward, I think, played each other. So it was the Brizaz and Warthog. And that might be the last one for the evening, boys. We had I tried to make as many games happen here, but there's a lot of gross men. We literally, no matter what we do, cannot get through it. Literally everybody, like get everybody at 6 chances of play. There's just not enough time in a day. So many people, which I'm glad there's a lot of people, man. I'm glad. Oh, no, is Venti Paladin nerfed to the ground? How's Venti Paladin nerfed to the ground? Because Venti Paladin didn't get any nerfs, really. Like the Venti abilities for Paladins. Yeah, they didn't actually touch the Venti Paladin abilities nor the soul binds. Maybe there's a legendary the Venti Paladins use, but I don't think so. Because they didn't change the ability at all. Same group lacks people. Some groups lack people. Yeah, some of the groups have only 4 people, which is a little sad. I usually like to get 5s in there, but what can you do, right? What can you do sometimes, man? Oh, we got 5. There we go. You just gotta, just like in WoW, you just gotta complain until they fix it. And then they fix it. Okay. So, What do we got ourselves? We got ourselves team 2 with Unsoughable. Oh, team 1 with Unsoughable. We got ourselves Christina as a Pharaoh with Doblin. I wanted to say Doblin the Goblin, but he's not a goblin at all. He's actually a Fire Mage. We got ourselves Belly as a Night Fae and Relapse as a Affy Warlock. Yeah, actually still Affy. Lamar as Enhanced. We got ourselves Anchors, the Frost DK. Snow Haze as a Shadow Priest. We got ourselves another Frost Mage Wim. And we also got ourselves Anheim. Yo, how's Wim gonna do? Because he played pretty well. Frost Mages don't have it easy in duels. I guess a Fire Mage? Ooh, who's gonna win? The Frosty, Icy, Crusted Heart, or the Fiery Passion of Dublin? I guess we'll have to find out. I think fire melts ice and makes water. So Wim is gonna be a water mage at the end of this, or ice just going to simmer down the fire. Simmer down. He's mounting up, and Wim looks like he's staying in the mist for a bit. He's going to try to see if he can steal buffs from Doblin. Neither of them have a lot of mana to really dispel steals. They're not arcane mages, so it's going to be interesting. Missing the Blizzard, or trying to get Blizzard a little further out. I think Doblin's hanging uphill for a while. Is going to get the Poly, try to clean him off the shields. Is going to go for Mirrors of Torment, trying to get the Frostbolts there. It's going to be pretty big. Shatters in the opener. Doblin, if after like 3 spellcasts, is actually going to get CC'd with a Silence and a Root. So those mirrors are putting pressure on him if he ever decides to get aggressive. I think even if he ever tries to help himself with heals, like putting up shields, I think also CC's him too. I could be wrong in that. Breath actually waited out the Mirrors of Torment for the full duration. It looks like there's going to be a Poly trying to come out onto Wim. He's not going to get Poly at all. Didn't have to trick it out of it. Doblin finds himself kind of low in health. Could be actually cauterized. It looks like there's cauterized and Ice Block. Ice Block does give you a heal. That was a lot of abilities overlap there. Wim blinking on top of Doblin. Does he have the CC with that blink, or is he just trying to blink in just for the sake of it? Looks like he's just going to blink in. Maybe gets a shield out of it. I don't really know. Or maybe he's expecting for himself to get polyed or something. There's gonna be a big combustion. Does Wim steal it? Looks like Wim goes for all the time. He's gonna steal the combustion and running away with that combustion. He's gonna maybe have combustion for a little bit. 100% crit, could maybe make something of it. He's gonna go for a poly onto Doblin. Does he go? Oh, if only he went for some big damage, big shatters. Everything would have crit. Everything would have been crit. You don't even need to let it shatter. Just everything hits really, really hard at that point with combust. Or maybe spell steal it and then remove combustion just so the other mage doesn't get it. Because Wim does have icy veins that can also be spell stolen, I believe. Doblin trying to go for some damage himself, trying to get some cooldown reduction, maybe to see the combustion again. But Wim did get quite a lot of defenses out of Doblin, though. I mean, Doblin running around with no Ice Block, no cauterize, so that's going to be pretty bad for him. Graded Pyroblast had to come out. Does he go for the intro? Blink and passes. So actually does not get the G-Pyre. Blink at the last second. That's going to be Meteor coming down from the sky for Doblin. Wim trying to go for a big shatters onto Doblin. Does land the roots in there, but needs to go for like a really big setup with those shatters in order to really make the damage happen. And I think he's going to probably need to use Icy Vein, or maybe not use Icy Veins because you'll just give it to Doblin. I wonder if he need the Icy Veins really, but he's definitely ahead. He does have Ice Block, 2 of them still. Hasn't had to use any yet. I'm going to be G-Pie coming out with a Fireball for Doblin, trying to make some damage happen to Wim. He's going to have all the time pretty early. He recovered a lot of that health back. Does get the shields back up as Doblin tried to clear the shields off him. It's going to be a repoly into Doblin, and Wim trying to use whatever mana he has in order to clear whatever shields he can on Doblin. Try to go for some shatter combos. There's going to be eventually a silence on Doblin. Does interrupt him on a poly. Next few casts on Doblin is going to put pressure on him, doing shatter damage to him, but also eventually will silence him and root him in place. Try to go for certain power, which I think is going to build up towards this Mirrors of Torment. The shields are back up, and Wim tried to dispel the shields best he can. Silence and Doblin for a second. Polymer trying to come out. Does land the poly. Is going to be able to steal some of those shields from Wim. He's just trying to see if he can just pass the shields around back and forth with one another. Combustion available back up. Wim trying to remove the combustion. Cannot do it. The shields are overlapping. It's actually going to be the last thing for him to spell steal. Doesn't have the mana at that point. So actually take a lot of the damage. Big shatters back to Doblin. Ice Lance actually almost pierces right through the health bar of Doblin, but the shields are back in. The damage randomly Wim gets up. It's literally just damage on a whim. Just out of nowhere, just get some big damage. It's just so hard to track the Frost Mage. Like, when does he have a big setup? He just sometimes, or everything shatters and everything crits really hard, and it's just super perfect for him. It's just out of nowhere. Where Doblin, like you can see, the G-Pie, the Fire Boss, the Pyros, the combustion, all that like builds together. But with Wim, it's like Frozen Orb. It does a bit of damage. Blizzard does a bit of damage. Frostbolts with a shatter does a bit of damage. And then all of a sudden he just gets Comet Storm, Ice Lances, Ice Nova, everything just kind of collapsed all at once. And it's just like, where did his health go? He doesn't need burst, like he doesn't need cooldowns. He just need, well, he needs some CDs, but like His burst is basically every 30 seconds or something, while Dublin is like every minute or so, with a minute mage maybe even. But Wim is chasing Dublin around, trying to see if he can connect to switch over to the other pillar as we hit in the 5-minute dampen. You're gonna start building up, boys. Monk's getting 95, bro. They're actually getting a lot of bugs fixed, but those bug fixes are gonna reduce their damage performance. Yeah, that is gonna reduce the amount of damage they do, that's for sure. The Legos are being buffed. Yeah, there's a lot of Legos being buffed. And the Legos that are not that good are getting buffed, so maybe we'll have some legendaries and plays with certain legendaries come out of this. But it's legendaries that are not all that good that are being buffed, not legendaries that are good being buffed right now. So we'll have to wait and see, right? Have to wait and see. But yeah, Dublin trying to make the fire damage happen. Wim trying to make a doorway shadows happen. He keeps trying to use doorway shadows, I think, to get interrupted on it. That's what I think he's trying to do. I think he's trying to bait and interrupt out of Dublin. Got himself mirrors, maybe good setup, good shatters, and I think if there's no shields, he actually can make some big shatter play happen there. That's gonna be frozen orb. Wait, Wim actually got some big damage out of nowhere. Massive ice lances, forces out everything. Just again, out of nowhere, he got some damage, and looks like he actually did use icy veins there to finish it off. He set up a blizzard immediately. He doesn't know who he's going up against, but he set up a blizzard immediately. Looks like it is gonna be an affliction warlock without a pet, so the pet is going to make it harder for relapse or lack thereof. Going to make it harder to get the setups onto Wim. Not going to be able to clean the shields off as easily. But for oh, what? Trinket out of a root? I think relapse is often a good start. Trinketing out of a root though might give Wim an opportunity to score a kill. At least he's not going to be able to stop his polys. Relapse is playing the pet sacrifice, so does have the proper interrupt, like a mage style interrupt. He does reflect and dots, which Wim can actually reduce the value of by removing agony often. Relapse is going to take a bit of damage. Does reflect again. Wim is going to interrupt him on shadow, trying to make some shadows happen here. It's going to be early Hallstone coming out for Relapse. Is going to go for a port next to Wim. Does he have a Mortal Coil or does he not run a Mortal Coil? There it goes. Might be able to finally get some big damage, and a full UA onto Wim does bail out of there. The images are doing a bit of damage. The frost damage slowing Relapse down quite a bit. Pretty decent shadows coming out, trying to make a fear happen. It looks like Wim is going to hit by that fear while the image is still blasting him with frost bolts. UA, and finally Soul Rod able to be applied. Is going to trump the Soul Rod. That's full code that's coming out for Relapse, trying to make the Malefic Raptors happen. That's going to be Drain Life, but I actually had to cancel a Drain Life for a moment. I don't know if he's playing the Ineffable Demise Drain Life, so maybe he needs, like, you know, the stacks on Drain Life and maybe make it a big damage, so he kind of lost the procs on that. A couple more lances and a fire blast by Wim. Not against going into other schools of mage to add a little bit extra damage, but I think as soon as Relapse got the trinket really early, like, you basically are under the control of Wim, and you trinketed what's this? You trinketed a root, so that's a little. I don't want to say the word is questionable, but I wonder what was going on through his head there. Like, what was he trying to do? Maybe he was trying not to get shattered on. And maybe that's where trinketing a root might not be a bad idea. Like, you will go with root, Comet Storm, Ice Nova, into lances, icicles flying. That could be a lot of damage all at once. And maybe trinketing that isn't a bad idea, so you don't take the initial shatter. So maybe that was what he was thinking, but it's hard to tell. Unstoppable, though, going to be up next. He already had a duel versus Wim before, and Wim actually did get the better of him. But looks like Unstoppable is going in headstrong already. Wim did use an Ice Block here pretty early. Ice Vent's not available for a bit, but Unstoppable should be able to remove it quite easily. And we'll see how well it'll work out for them. As this is going to be Wim actually trying to give himself as much of a setup. Actually gets a freeze onto Unstoppable in that Ring of Frost. That's going to be Mirrors of Torment out pretty early on. So next few casts from Insufferable are going to add extra damage, and the third one is going to silence some big shatters coming out for Wim. Has some ability with Ice Events available. That's a lot of flurry procs back to back versus Insufferable actually. And does he actually get flurry procs every time one of those mirrors gets a proc, gets a use? Because I'm pretty sure you actually get procs of it every time one of those mirrors gets used up. Insufferable almost catches himself in a silence from this Mirrors of Torment. But let's see, he stopped himself for a second. He should be able to catch up on health a little bit. He needs to go for a, Earth Shield every single time. For Wim, he's going to have to remove that Earth Shield if he wants to go any kind of damage. Force on Insufferable, just spend Globals just to make sure that he's getting set up back to back to back. A fact figure trinket? Oh no, it's all good, Lou. It's all good. So to explain it, like, okay. No, dude. I don't know, man. I was wondering, man. Because Because I feel like there's plays when people... Nah, dude, nah. I feel like there's some plays people make, and I'm like... Maybe there's actually a big brain play. Because right now, like back in BFA, like when a rogue opens up on you, trinketing and popping your cooldowns defensively was like a bad idea. You would just let the rogue get your opener, and then you would rotate defenses. And now that we're in Shadowlands, like a rogue opening on you, and you not trinketing and popping everything, it can just be the end of you. So like the game is completely different now, dude. And some of the shatters that Wim gets is just random damage out of nowhere, man. Random damage out of nowhere. Wim trying to go for Ring of Frost onto Unstoppable. Does that actually freeze him? Does that actually count as a shatter? Looks like maybe it does. That's quite a bit of damage though. Unstoppable does go for a wall, and that was a grounding totem getting used too. I don't really know if you can really ground the Icy Nova or Comet Storm. And Unstoppable still got himself the defensive rolling, even though Wim just continued to put pressure on him. Actually shifting into gold so silences you? I did not know that. That was actually quite a nice proc for Wim then. Frozen Orb is up, breaking through his shield on Unstoppable. He does get himself the heal back up, stopping himself from healing sir just to get interrupted. Looks like he did juke out an interrupt from Wim. He actually got a juke and is going to send a hex at the guy. Big lava burst coming out of Wim. Actually not really looking all that good now. A second ice block might need to come out. Might have to go. Oh, as he went for a cold snap. Just couldn't press the ice block quick enough. That's unfortunate. That's a big unfortunate, man. That's a hard one, dude. I feel like Elemental Shaman is a pretty big counter for mages right now. And on top of it, it's a Frost Mage too. That's already, you're playing a spec that's, I feel like, harder to do, at least in duels. What is that lasso? Wait, does he lose his hunt? No way. Did he just lasso the hunt? Can you gouge it as a rogue? Can I gouge it right before he hits me? And just he doesn't have it anymore? That'll be OP, dude. That'll be OP. Wait a second. That was insane. What? That was insane. Enheim actually has his defensive proc right now. Goes for an prison on Unstoppable, looking for a bit of that reset. Oh no. Okay, so at least he does have a meta. I would be using that meta to heal, hitting that Earth Elemental if anything. Whatever healing you can get right now will probably be good. Does he have a... He actually might not have a heal. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Gonna be a lot... Oh my god. That lasso. Oh my god, that lasso. What's up, Bath? How you doing, my man? Lamar gonna be up next. Enhancement versus Unstoppable. If only a shaman can defeat a shaman, then by God, Team 2 has their savior. But we also do have two more other people there. If Lamar encounters an untimely death. Unstoppable did have his Earth Elemental used for the last duel though with the last guy. So that is going to be one less defensive to work with. And Lamar can just constantly purge the Earth Shields too. So he will have a pretty hard counter for it, if anything. But Unstoppable has the mobility. He can just got a Ghost Wolf until he has some resources to work with. And for Lamar, he kind of needs to be out of Ghost Wolf to really make the damage happen. Unless he just wants to auto-attack with those Feral Bites. Which I think do proc off of your certain like Wind Fury procs, but not crazy amount. Trying to see if he can kick him. Not going to be able to get him. And that's going to be a Hex with a stun by Lamar. Does stop Unstoppable for just a second, but not enough to not let him get the full setup. Fire Elemental is up. Lamar is going to pop wall. Earth Ellie is there to increase Lamar's health. So he might be able to last the onslaught here of the Elemental Shaman. Trying to go for Lava Burst while moving. But Lamar does create some line of sight there for a second. While the Spirit Walker's Grace is up. Lightning Lasso, no trinket available for this one. Lamar still has Bloodlust as well as Ascendance, so if he can get himself a nice setup with Ascendance, he'll be in a really good spot. But his health is in a bad spot. 52% health dampening. That's going to be Lava Burst, still continue to pressure him. That's going to be a bit of that, Counter-Strike Totem attacking Unstoppable. If only he was out in the open for long enough, it could bring value, but Lamar just doesn't have enough health to really make anything happen here. Just not enough health to really make something work at the moment. And it looks like he might just have to play it very, very defensively. Without the Maelstrom, his healing is just not going to be nearly as good as that of Unstoppable. So he's forced to just stay in the melee with Unstoppable. Trying to see if he can hit him with a stun. Does he get it? Big heroism coming out, or lust coming out. Trying to go for a sentence. Light the Lasso stops him, and Unstoppable just goes to the other side of the pillow. Lamar does some mobility. Could potentially catch up. That is going to be Earthbind Totem slowing him down though. Very, very unfortunate setup. I feel like you basically have to drop down Stun Totem and then get a Bloodlust going immediately. And just kind of hope that the Stun Totem does connect by the time you press Ascendance. It's almost like you have to just believe in the Stun Totem at that point. I feel like Sunder, Stun Totem, Bloodlust, Ascendance as the Stun Totem goes off so you can get a good few hits on Unstoppable. Actually, no, he also needs to weave the... He also needs to weave in the Wind Fury Totem too, doesn't he? That's actually quite a lot of things you gotta weave. with so many things having a global. That is actually kind of nuts. That's actually kind of unfortunate, honestly. But Unstoppable so far has been on the lead here for a bit. He does a wall back up and running. He actually has just about so many inclusions coming back. Lamar does have CDs coming back very little by little. The Ghost Rules, though, I'm surprised did not connect with Unstoppable. Like, they got summoned up, and hopefully the Ghost will still generate your Maelstrom just for being out. But they didn't attack Unstoppable, which you would think they would. It's a little rough sometimes. Gonna be a Counter-Strike totem. Unstoppable just walking away from it. Sundering comes in as Lamar does a Bloodlust ready. Doesn't drop Unstoppable on Nature for a second. That Counter-Strike totem is actually doing quite a few things. It's gonna be a pre-wall for that Hex. But Unstoppable is just going to be really careful making sure that Hex does not break. Big zaps coming out to Lamar. He does go for a bit of a self-heal. Interrupt him on fire. Going to be free zaps available if Unstoppable can get himself a big old Primordial Bolt off of that light lasso. This actually could be the end right here. Either way, though, Lamar does go for a Chain Harvest, trying to drop down a stun. And that's actually going to be a stun for Lamar. Interrupt him on fire, but the heals for Unstoppable keep him running. Just try to Frost Shock him down if you can. And Frost Shocks, as well as the Fire Elemental, do work. That is rough, man. That is a rough duel. Snow Haze is going to be up next, trying to go for a bit of an honor duel with Unstoppable. Looks like he's actually going to let him heal up to full. And Unstoppable should have the Mage Food, so it's going to give him some healing. They just try to go for that honor duel, man. Honor duel and a bit of a bow. They also still got Belly as well as Christina on the other side of the arena. I like your Mog. I really like your Mog. I feel like in Shadow form it looks wicked good. In Shadow form, things look like they're part of the same set, but I feel like if it were to take off Shadow form, things would be a little more mismatched looking. Snowhaze going in with a big PI and everything. Is Unstoppable going to try to purge him? He does go for the purging spree, taking a bit of that shadow damage while coming out for the Earthen Elemental. That's good. Unstoppable catch himself a bit of a break behind the line of sight with the Shadow Fiend slapping him around, doing a bit of damage. 72% dampening. The damage should be quite decent. Fear onto Unstoppable. That's going to be Mind Games. Does ground it? I don't know if he ground. No, he didn't ground that one. He dropped the grounding a little bit late, but he didn't grind the Mind Games. That's going to be some healing damage to yourself, but I think he mostly used it after the effect is gone. Light Lasso on Snow Haze doesn't really do as much damage as he wanted to. But he has a pretty big setup. Snow Haze does not have a greater fade for this. He could disperse it if he wants to. There could be a lot of damage he could just deny. As Unstoppable trying to go for a big setup. Lightning Bolt here. Lava Burst coming out. It's going to be pretty big damage. This burst coming out. Barely the heals, but the DR is there. Unstoppable. Does he go for a heal? Does he go for a Hex? He's still trying to figure that one out. Snow Haze found himself in a really bad spot. At least can put some damage to the pet. Try to see if he can maybe kite him into that stun totem. Does not do it. Greater Fate is available. Trinkets out of that stun. Going to be a Hex onto Snow Haze. Unstoppable. Trying to make sure that he is the one getting the first strike. Lava Burst does come into play. Snow Haze trying to recover in health. It looks like Unstoppable is going to go for a bit of recovery himself as well. Snow Haze does have a mage on his team. Does he? Wait, actually, yeah, he does. Snow Haze actually could just sit down for food. Unstoppable also had a mage on his team, and I think that's what he was trying to do, sit down for some food as well. Out of these two casters, though, at 79% dampener, dude, I feel like whoever gets the first CC wins here. So Unstoppable needs to get the first lasso, or Snow Haze needs to get those stun setups. Trying to go for Mind Games, maybe into a stun, silence, anything. Silence on Unstoppable, I think it's over. I think it's just done. Yep. Once you have him silenced, once you have CC, there's not much Elemental Shaman can do in that situation. And you hit him with a full Mind Games and an execute. He literally can't heal himself, even if he was not silenced. But if anything, he could maybe at least CC you back. So there it really came down to who threw the first CC. Stun onto Belly immediately, not shrinking out of this, using the Orc Racial to his maximum advantage. Going to be big cooldowns for Snow Haze. Knockdown with a Aftershock. That's going to be the Shadow Priest going down. With not a lot of defensive really left there, not much you can really do. Anchor is going to be up next to the Frost. DK. Belly actually seeing if he can charge right back to him while the parry is up. Anchors looks like he's going to hoping to mostly stay away from Belly while the parry was up and get back at him once the defenses are down. Trying to make the big Dragon Strike happen. Does get a stun onto Belly. Just try to see if he make this obliterates, really capitalize on most damage onto Belly after. Belly with not a lot of defenses really left. I don't know what he could really do. Stormbolt onto Anchors. Yeah, I think it's mostly over. Anchors still has plenty of defenses to work with here. And it's still Christina left on this team. Nice obliterate by Anchors at the very end. But now he has to go against Christina. Feral with full cooldowns available, Thorns up and everything. Literally nothing you can do about that one. That's super unfortunate when it comes down to that. But hey, everybody gets to play. And Unstoppable got 3 kills there. Pretty good. Wim got 1. And I think Wim actually was doing pretty well. Getting kind of... Wait, Wim might have gotten 2 actually. Did he? Did William get 2 there? William might have gotten 2. I know that he played the mage. And he might have played someone else after. But I'm pretty sure, I guess, the mage he might have had to burn through the seed pod. Did he though? It might have. It's hard to tell. Alrighty, boys. We're gonna call it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. These duels were super fun to watch with you guys, man. Super fun hanging out with all of you. We're gonna call them there for the EU duels. We had as many as we could. We're gonna try to keep them at this pace ASAP. And I'll try to add as many of you guys as I can, rotate people in. It was super fun having so many new people join for the duels, man. Hopefully we'll see you guys here next Friday. Tomorrow we're doing them NA duels. So be there to root for your NA boys. Root for their success and whatnot. But thank you guys so much for coming by. Thank you guys so much for joining. Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, I'll see all of you boys in another stream. Alrighty, boys, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. I'm gonna go get some food, chill, and get some editing done. Peace.
You just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost without you. Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep, now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave them by